Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Friday, December 13th, 2024. NFL Week 15 underway as you guys are listening to this Thursday night football. You got Rams and 49ers. Obviously, we have a ton of football to look forward to. A Monday Night Football doubleheader. MLB winter meetings coming to an end today as we're recording. Did not disappoint. Well, for some people, I'm disappointed as a Braves fan because nothing's happened for us. But a lot of big news came out of MLB winter meetings like we anticipated. Premier League season continues to roll on. We got our last Champions League games for the next 6 weeks this week. A lot of really good games, a lot of fun moments, good goals. So a lot to talk about there. We got Luke in person today. First time in, a couple months?
Yeah.
Yeah, first time since
August.
Yeah,
probably.
since August. And we've got you for the next couple of weeks while you're home for the holidays.
Yes.
We've also got Nathan here with us in person. Behind the camera, he will be on 3 straight episodes. He was here on Monday, here today, and he'll be here again on next Monday's episode.
Hell yeah.
I graduated college yesterday. That's pretty cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Throwing it down tomorrow.
Yeah, little grad party. You know, whatever. No, do not. Don't pull up.
Yeah.
Also this week on Wednesday, Luke's Premier League Team of the Month came out. So please make sure if you haven't, go watch that video.
Appreciate it.
And if you didn't know that video came out, that means that, first of all, you didn't listen to the Monday episode or the Friday episode last week. But on top of that, that means you're not following us on Instagram and you're not subscribed here on YouTube with post notifications. So subscribe, turn on post notifications, like, comment, do all that stuff on YouTube. If you're on the podcast platforms, rate 5 stars, give us a follow. Follow us on Instagram, stay up to date with everything we got going on. And, of course, join the Second and Short subreddit, r/2ND, A&D short. Submit your questions every week by Thursday, probably around 2 for the rest of this month. And we will answer your questions live on air. Before we get into anything, though, first of all, Luke, how are you doing today?
Good.
Yeah.
Had a good workout. Glad to be home.
Yep.
For a minute. So, yeah, it's been a nice day.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we got to talk about Bill Belichick. I know college football is not exactly your realm, but Bill Belichick was hired by UNC. So UNC goes from having Mac Brown, 73-year-old head coach, oldest head coach in college football, to having Bill Belichick, 72 years old, the oldest head coach in college football. It's a 5-year deal.
Wow.
And
will he be alive through the 5-year deal?
I hope so.
No question.
God willing. Yes, Bill Belichick will live through this deal. But funny enough that you say that. Part of his negotiations with North Carolina was that it had to include a guarantee that his son, Steve Belichick, will be the school's head coach in waiting.
Huh.
Which is crazy.
That's
but
wild.
Also, I'll give him credit. Steve Belichick is deserving of a head coaching job in college football. He was the DC for Washington this past season. They were 50th in, I can't remember the exact metric. Actually, I think I might have it here. Yeah, they were 50th in S&P Plus. Don't know what that means. I know it's an important defensive metric for college football teams. But he took them from 50th to 28th in a year where their head coach left and almost all their top players either graduated or transferred. So Steve Belichick was being approached by other colleges for head coaching jobs too. So don't think that he's just being nepo babied into this job. He's got a chance to actually learn and grow and become a good college football head coach. But a lot of intricacies and oddities about this Bill Belichick thing. So he's going to bring in a full staff. First one he's already brought in, he got Mike Lombardi to come in, who's got 15 years of NFL executive experience as a GM. He was the GM for the 49ers. He worked for the Patriots as well as a scout, I believe. He did a lot of stuff. But it looks like he's going to bring in some real staff, and it looks like it could be guys like Matt Patricia, could be Ben McDaniels, who's the brother of Josh McDaniels, who's the Texans passing game coordinator right now. And like I said, he's going to bring in a sitting college GM who would handle general operations like NIL and recruiting. So Bill has nothing to do with the NIL and recruiting stuff. He's leaving that to a hired GM for the team, which is Mike Lombardi. lot more crazy stuff about this. So when Belichick agreed to become UNC's next head coach, first of all, he wasn't offered this job necessarily. We'll get to that in a second. But when he agreed to become the UNC head coach, he handed the school a 400-page organizational Bible, in quotes, organizational Bible with structure, payment plans, staffing choices, etc. And then that turned into people talking about what this is. So this Belichick Bible would require historic levels of investment from the school. It includes salary minimums, position by position, and a willingness to hire 2 staffs: a coaching staff run by Belichick and a recruitment staff run by, now it's going to be Michael Lombardi. Belichick has a pro and college version of this manual and has shared it with other schools and NFL teams, but he made an entirely new one specific to UNC that touched on every aspect of the program and school. And for him to take the job, it would need to be signed off by the AD, the chancellor, the trustees, and boosters.
Wow.
Yeah. And he said that, like, I guess somebody confirmed that, like, Belichick said, like, he wasn't sure if UNC would take it, but he's, like, unwilling to negotiate. There's not a single thing in there that he would, like, be talked down from. Yeah, so this is the part where he said, so, yeah, Belichick was not offered the job. He presented a plan of a job and agreed that he would take it to UNC if they matched, which is crazy. So, yeah, essentially Bill Belichick just, like, walked into UNC, dropped his dick on the table, and said, "You guys want to win some football games?"
Yeah, as if college football couldn't get more interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I'm so happy Florida State does not play UNC next year. Oh my god, because I wouldn't be able to face, like, we're already going to be bad enough. I would not be able to face the fact that I'm going to get shit on by a guy who's already ruined my life via the Falcons, and now he's just going to do it again in college football.
Yeah,
Sucks.
I'm definitely a little bit sad about it though,
Yeah.
because I've liked his personality on
Yeah.
through like sports media. I think
he might still do some stuff,
yeah,
especially if he's just doing the coaching side.
that is true.
If he's what's funny is that him and Mike Lombardi both regularly make appearances on the Pat McAfee show,
Yeah,
which is odd. Maybe they'll just do it from the same room.
yeah,
But yeah, there's going to be some big changes to UNC, because the idea is, like, it's not like he's not even looking at it as like a college football team. Like, the way that he's even phrased it, like when he went on the Pat McAfee show and talked about the job, was that it is a pipeline to the NFL. And if you're not ready to go to the NFL, you shouldn't play here.
Mm.
And that is obviously, like, people are making fun of that, being like, well, every college program says they're a pipeline to the NFL. But nobody has one of the greatest, if not the greatest, coach in NFL history to back that up.
Yeah, exactly.
So UNC is going to be interesting. I can't wait for Bill Belichick to just bitch Dabo Swinney. That's what I want to see. They play next year. I need UNC to just humble the fuck out of Clemson, because I need to watch Bill Belichick just absolutely outcoach Dabo Swinney. Like, apparently one of the things that Belichick presented to UNC was just, like, as like an example of something he could do, was just ripping Dabo Swinney's game plan on special teams to shreds.
Yeah.
Like, why? It's just a crazy shit. But yeah, Belichick
Oh man,
potentially going to make some waves in college football and maybe change the way that some people view the approach to coaching and, like, your leadership in a college football program.
yeah,
We'll see.
that's fair.
Okay. Now we'll move on from that and actually get into the meat and potatoes today. We got NFL Week 15, MLB Offseason, Premier League weekend, Champions League Matchday 6, and questions time. So we're going to start with NFL Week 15, and that starts with Thursday Night Football. Tonight, obviously, you guys already know what happened, but we got Rams, 49ers. 49ers a 3-point favorite at home. I guess you can give them the favorite because they're at home, but I can't see a world where a 49ers team that's this banged up, they're playing this bad, and they're going up against the Rams, who just beat one of, if not the best team in the NFL right now last week.
Outscored them.
Yeah. 44-42 in that game. And, yeah, obviously the Rams' defense was abysmal. But the 49ers can't touch what the Rams have or what the Bills have to offer on offense, let alone what the Rams have to offer on offense. Especially when we've already seen all these injuries to the running backs, and Guerrero, who had a great game at running back, is questionable.
Yeah.
It won't stop for them.
No, and even just looking at the quarterbacks, like Matt Stafford is definitely going to outplay Brock Purdy in this game, 1,000%.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Purdy had a really good week last week as well.
Yeah,
obviously not the same, but also the Bills' defense was really bad too. So.
Yeah, and on top of that, you can tell that they're missing Bosa as well. My fantasy team's missing Bosa as well. But yeah, the Rams are catching a lot of wind right now. I like that win over the Bills. I really, really do. I don't think there's any way that the 49ers win this game, but it's a big game for both of these teams. 7-6 versus 6-7 for that division. It's prime time. It's Thursday Night Football.
Well, Seattle has the division at the moment.
Yeah, but both of these teams are probably on the cusp for second place, and then you have the Cardinals that are
the Cardinals
right there
aren't
as
too
well.
bad. Seattle's taking on the Packers, so
probably a loss.
If the Rams get a win, they could see themselves tied up with the Seahawks for the lead. So it's definitely a huge game for division standings. And just for playoff chances, the 49ers have a way in. They just got to win some damn games.
Yeah, and we have the injury list pulled up right now in front of us on our TV, and the Rams have nobody notable that's going to miss this game. No. Nobody. They're going in fully healthy. The 49ers have been unhealthy all year. Give me the Rams 28-21.
Okay, I'm gonna go Rams 24-21.
Okay.
It could be a little bit closer. All right. First game of Sunday. Chiefs 4.5-point favorites on the road in Cleveland. We gonna get some Jameis magic that ends up falling short because of some oddity with a field goal?
Probably not. Obviously we know, the Chiefs have won, I don't remember what the stat is, but a lot of one-score games in a row for the Chiefs. This one, I think they will probably break that, and they'll win by more than just one score.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I really think so.
Oddly enough, so they're 6-1 straight up the last 7 games. They're 0-7 against the spread, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that is actually insane.
That's unheard of.
Should not happen at all, especially when it's the Chiefs.
Yeah.
My thing about the Browns is they can kind of do whatever they want against anybody, it seems like. Obviously, they're not, like, playing at, like, the highest level or anything against everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But against the teams that haven't been showing up this season, Jameis Winston and Jerry Jeudy just decide to play well. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They just do. And the Chiefs are one of those teams where, they're 12-1. They're tied for the best team in the league. But they sure don't look like it.
No.
They don't even look top 5, and they're still winning games.
Yeah.
They doink it in for a win, and they clinch the division on it. Like, so many things all season. Why can't the Browns at least keep this competitive?
I mean, shit, I think the Chargers and Broncos are better than the Chiefs.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
I don't know about the Broncos as like a whole because they're a little iffy sometimes, but
True.
I do think the Chargers are.
But going back to your point, I'm just not too sure. And you know me, Grayson, I've been betting against the Chiefs like all year long. All year long. But like their defensive line is just going to be, I think, way too much for Jameis to handle. I don't think Jameis is going to have any time to pass. He's definitely going to throw some picks in this game. Can't really see Cleveland doing much on the ground either. And then on the other side of the ball, the Browns defense, I don't know if we can really hold them to that same standard that we did last season. I mean, they've gotten no help from their offense, but they just look bad in general.
Yeah, no, they're just a bad team. They're 3-10 for a reason.
Yeah.
I can't help but think that the Chiefs will let them be in this game because the Chiefs' offense, regardless of the defense they're going up against, the Browns have at least a above average defense.
Exactly.
It's not great like it was last year, but it's above average, and it can stop players in positions often. So I feel like this is just another one of those offensive shortcomings by the Chiefs where they still end up winning. Maybe they do cover 4.5 because that's really not that crazy to think that they would win this game by a touchdown.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm thinking 17-10 Chiefs.
17-10 Chiefs.
Butker might be back
I don't know.
as well,
Like,
in case anybody's wondering.
Another element of this game that I want to touch on is like, could this be like a perfect storm for like Myles Garrett as well? Like a
It could
shaky Browns team. Patrick Mahomes he's a pretty like loose quarterback.
Yeah.
He's very fluid, and maybe that gets him in trouble against a player like Myles Garrett.
It could.
But I still think the Chiefs are going to win by more than one score. I'm going to take the Chiefs 21, Browns 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next game, Bengals 5-point favorites on the road versus the Titans. Two teams that I was gonna say two teams I hate watching. I don't hate watching the Bengals. I just hate watching their defense.
Sure as hell hate watching the Titans though.
Yeah, the Titans are bad, especially when Nick Westbrook-Akine is not scoring a touchdown. You can get into the game for $20.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I can tell you one thing: 2024 L'Jarius Sneed is not going to stop Jamar Chase.
No, especially because he barely stays on the field.
Yeah,
that's going to be an issue. Tony Pollard's banged up.
Tyler Boyd.
Oh man,
crap! Not
finally
Tyler
got
Boyd.
him involved last week and he got hurt. There's nothing. There is nothing about this game that says, you know what, the Titans might win.
Yeah, and I don't even know. It doesn't matter. He'll probably play. I think
he's only questionable because who's that? The girl that everybody's saying Olivia Ponton or Ponton.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't keep up with that kind of shit.
I don't know. Joe Burrow, that press conference, he had some dark energy talking about, people like releasing his address and shit like that. So I think he's probably going to play, drop 38. Bengals have a bad defense, but like the Titans, I don't think have any kind of offense to capitalize on it.
No.
I think the Bengals probably run them over.
I would assume so. Or the Bengals will do what they do with every other team.
And play them close.
And play them close. And just play just a little bit better than them for the most part. Like I know they're 5-8, but it seems like at least offensively, most teams they're playing offensively, they'll just play them a little bit better. It's just that their defense is so bad that any team that's pretty good is going to beat them.
Yeah.
The Titans aren't pretty good.
No.
They're more trending towards pretty bad to horrible.
I have a pretty confident score prediction for this one. I'm going to go Bengals 45, Titans 21.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I'm not going to go quite as high. I'm going to go Bengals 34, Titans 24. I'll give them a 10-point victory.
Yeah.
It's on the road.
Can I just say something, by the way?
Yeah.
This is 1,000 times better being in person.
Oh, yeah.
I'm having
Great.
so much fun right now. This is 1,000 times better.
Yeah, you should drop out of college.
Just might do that.
I'm kidding.
If you,
I'm kidding. Yeah,
if you can give me $1,200 a week, I'll drop out of college.
No. Definitely not. If anybody would like to sponsor us, Saudi Arabia, that one's still out there.
Please.
We'll be there in 2034 if you need us.
I'll sell out.
2034 World Cup in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
We're there.
Covering the whole thing.
Yep. But we're not journalists from America.
No.
We're podcasters, not journalists.
Just podcast.
All right, next game. Commanders 7.5-point favorites on the road. A couple of early road favorites, which is something to be scared of for sure. Unless you're the Commanders, because you're playing the Saints.
No way. Look at the receiving yard leader for the Saints.
Yes, the receiving yard leader for the Saints is also their rushing yard leader, Alvin Kamara. It's because Derek Carr has executed all of his receivers.
And himself.
Yeah, now he's hurt as well. Left hand fracture for Derek Carr, so he's not going to be playing. They haven't named a starter yet, but obviously Jake Haener, an option. He's probably the most likely to start, if I had to guess. Spencer Rattler, the next option, and newly acquired Ben DiNucci. We could get Ben DiNucci.
God.
Yeah, Bub Means hurt again.
He's
coming back, I think.
Reading the Chris Olave injury report, it actually sounds like he could come back at the end of this year, play a couple games.
Is there a point in him doing that?
No. And with it being concussions, he probably would be good to just, get back to work.
Yeah.
Start the offseason.
Yeah, surely there's some kind of surgery that you can get on like your arm
Or you
to just be like, yeah, I'm good, like Trevor Lawrence did.
get that brain surgery.
surely Jaden Daniels is just gonna go fucking nuclear in this game.
Yeah, no more Marshawn Lattimore.
Nathan, you're kind
Badger.
of discounting what Jaden Daniels does much better than Derek Carr, which is run the ball by highlighting these stats. Yes, they do have the same amount of passing touchdowns. And Jaden Daniels has thrown one more pick, but he's also thrown 700 more yards. Yes, I know he's played more games. Pull up his rushing yards. Yeah, pull up Derek Carr's rushing stats, actually. I don't even need Jaden Daniels.
How many yards actually has Jaden Daniels rushed for?
It's not crazy.
It was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, he had like a couple of big ones, but like
told him to calm down.
Yeah, no, rushing wise, it's not too crazy. You go to game log. Oh yeah, that'll also show the full season. 590 is not bad, and 6 touchdowns.
That's really solid.
Derek Carr might have 5.
Grayson, I'm not going to lie. With the Commanders,
one touchdown,
kind of wavering at this second half in the season. I think if Derek Carr's healthy, this could be an interesting game. But he's not.
I'm pretty sure he's out.
Yeah,
is Carr out or questionable?
But
his career, he has 956 rushing yards.
You got to admit, though, with Derek Carr healthy on top of this Commanders defense, it could have been a close game.
It could have been. Yes.
But it's not going to be.
No, it's not. With Carr most likely out, and you're not going to see him. Kamara's banged up, too.
And the Saints are another team just with no backup quarterback option as well. They don't have the Aiden O'Connell or the Jameis Winston, so...
They could have.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Commanders 27-16.
Oh, that's an ugly score.
It is bad.
I'm gonna go Commanders. I don't know if they're gonna have the offensive showing that I'd like to see. I'm gonna go Commanders 24, Saints 10.
All right.
I just do not believe in those backups whatsoever.
No.
All right. Next game, big time road favorites. The Baltimore Ravens, 16-point favorites, heading to MetLife to take on the Giants. Tommy DeVito back in the driver's seat. Yeah, this is just...
This is not going to go well.
I feel bad for Malik Neighbors and Tyrone Tracy. This can't be... The Giants can't cover.
Nathan, could you just scroll up
really
just a
bad.
tad to where I don't have to look at Deontay Johnson's dumbass name? Thank you. I'm kind of lost for words about this game.
Lamar Jackson is going to throw for 600 yards.
0-7 at home. I wonder what their attendance average at MetLife is this year.
I'm sure they're still selling it out because of the idiots that go to those games.
I mean,
in the first place.
they have fans.
Yeah,
they really do. Yeah, there's just no way they win.
No, obviously they're 16-point underdog. I don't know if that's ever been done in the NFL. But
just go ahead and rest Lamar Jackson.
What do we have, Nathan?
The Giants are the third highest average attendance.
That's actually
right now,
shout out to
season?
Giants fans
this season.
Wow.
79,000 people.
Are the Browns in the top 5?
They're not. It's Dallas, New York Jets, Giants, Green Bay, Kansas City. It's your top 5.
Jets?
Yeah.
You want to take a guess at last?
Last?
Who's last?
Oh, hang on. Wait.
Mine is actually 8th.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be the Panthers? Trying to think of like a low market.
Jacksonville?
Arizona?
Arizona's 28th.
Oh.
Weirdly enough.
Oh, is it
Washington is 30th.
Wow.
No, that's not that bad. That stadium sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
You
63,000.
also have Baltimore that's like right there,
Baltimore's
too.
right there.
That's true.
That's a good point, yeah.
Your lowest is actually 3,000 lower than the next team.
Is it the Chargers?
It's the Bears.
Oh, yeah. Well, nobody wants to go see them, and that stadium
59,000 average.
Hate to do that to Soldier
Dang.
Field, but it is not great. And
Yeah.
that's why they're
It's like
replacing
Fenway without the aura.
Yeah. Yeah, because like Lambeau's Wrigley.
Yeah.
Lambeau's Wrigley, Soldier Field's Fenway.
Yeah.
Funny enough, though, Las Vegas is second to last, but they are the highest in total people.
Because they have a giant stadium.
Hmm.
So they can't sell it out.
Weird.
I always find that
there's
stuff interesting.
There's not enough permanent residents in Las Vegas.
Where did
and
the
tickets
Steelers
are way too expensive. Probably
Um,
middle of the pack, if I had to guess.
Maybe.
19th. So just about.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Shout out to the Steelworkers. All right, back to this game.
I'm
Derrick Henry over under 400 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns.
up. 28-0 Baltimore.
Oh,
This is a perfect goose egg.
31-3.
Okay.
His game sucks. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Over, I'm going to be honest. 42.5 is a crazy total. This should be like 39.5.
Yeah, because
Giants
are not going to score.
Yeah, the Giants aren't going to score. So Baltimore could win this game 42-0, and they're not going to hit the over.
God, dude, looking at Derrick Henry's stats, though, I think Saquon has unfairly overshadowed him.
Saquon's getting a lot more carries, though, right? I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I would
1,400.
just assume that Saquon has more than 240
What
carries.
is this week 14?
Week 15.
Week 15? Dang,
Yeah.
1,400 yards in week 15.
Yeah. How many
Damn.
carries does Saquon have?
It's like a
He's got
whole
20
game.
Yeah, 26 more
Head of
carries,
him.
like a whole game. Well,
Damn.
Did Derrick Henry miss a game this year? No.
Uh-uh.
Okay. Yeah, he was a questionable 1 week.
Saquon did.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Pretty sure he did, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah. Or he was limited 1 game.
There was 1 game where he just didn't get used.
Yeah.
But
We
I don't
got
know
a
if he actually missed.
Saquon Barkley game log?
Okay. Wait, he's played in 13?
By
Oh,
week.
yeah, because bye week. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the
That's
game I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we can fuck off this game.
Yeah, this game sucks.
Game's
Don't
horrible.
watch it. Plain and simple. This is interesting. Big news. Cowboys Panthers. The Panthers are a 3-point favorite. First time they've opened as favorites since 2022. Who was the last team that they opened as favorites against?
Was it the Cowboys?
No, it was the Pittsburgh Steelers.
When?
And they lost. Or the Steelers won 24-16, I believe. This was 2022. Kenny Pickett. Prime Kenny Pickett.
Prime Kenny Pickett.
Oh, yeah. Prime.
What's prime Kenny Pickett?
That would be rookie year Kenny Pickett. Or second year?
Second year, yeah.
He started for 3 fucking years.
No, that would have been rookie year because Ben played 1 year after COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, so rookie year.
Oh, it was late enough in the season that Kenny got benched.
Gotcha. Lord.
Ugh. Yeah.
Only they.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, this game kind of sucks too.
Yeah, and on the Cowboys side, things were trending in the right direction. All their guys got banged up in that Bengals game, dude. And including the guy who's been maybe the most impressive on this defense, DeMarvion Overshone.
I hate that. I absolutely hate that.
Out for the rest of the season. He got his whole leg, like his knee got like pinned down by like 3 different players on top of him on Monday Night Football. Tore his ACL, MCL, and PCL. Yeah. Bro hit the trifecta, unfortunately.
I feel bad for the people that just found out about DeMarvion Overshone from this injury.
Yeah. If you haven't been watching him this season, so like a lot of people forgot about him because he missed his entire rookie year with an injury last year. This was his second year in the league. He had like 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery. He had a pick 6.
Yeah.
Like, guy's been unbelievable. And what a horrible way for his season to end. CD's also banged up. Trayvon's banged up. Like, there is nothing to look forward to.
Yeah.
Other than Rico Dowdle continuing to get carries.
Who do you have at corner? No Jordan Lewis, no Trevon Diggs, no Deron Bland.
Yeah, Deron's still out. I don't know.
You think they're gonna have to call Brandon Carr, get him back, or what was Orlando Scandrick?
Yeah,
he was always
Shout
pretty
out
good.
Orlando Scandrick. Oh, Deron is back.
Oh, all right. Well, they got one guy.
CJ Goodwin also questionable.
Israel.
He's a strong safety. Yeah, give that one a try. Amani. Oruwariye,
I
probably.
think that's it. Yeah.
Shout out Penn State for always having guys with tough ass last names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Joey Porter Jr.
It's just cool, and that's a first name. I think the Panthers are going to win.
I was kind of leaning that way too. The Panthers have been competitive,
Dude, yeah.
recently.
2-3 in their last 5. They've, I think, been very competitive in all 5 of them.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, it came down to, like, overtime loss to the Bucks. Final drive, like, game-winning drive by the Chiefs.
Mhm.
Like, these kinds of moments that they lose these games on, but they're good.
Yeah.
They're good, and Bryce is so confident. It's my favorite thing to talk about right now is how confident Bryce Young is in the pocket. He's doing fun shit. He's doing, like, jump passes and shit. He's like, fucking around, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because they're playing well.
Not playing scared anymore.
Yeah, and, like, he's got not, like, weapons, you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't have, like, weapons of mass destruction, but, like, he's good. He's got some guys
You
that'll
know,
catch the ball for him.
Another guy that's been playing with like a all-time confidence is Rico Dowdle.
Yeah.
His past couple games.
Yeah,
have been
Rico
crazy.
Dowdle's been an animal.
Yeah. See, it was all of our faults for thinking that Jerry Jones should have went out in free agency and got a running back. It was always Rico Dowdle.
No, it was always Jerry Jones' fault.
Yeah.
Put Jerry Jones at running back one game. See if he gets out alive.
Let's interview Jerry Jones on this podcast.
Dude, it would go like any of those radio shows if he does.
Yeah, he'd be like, I'm going to fire you.
Yeah,
guys.
I'm going to fire you and be
We
like,
don't
dude, you're on
work
my
for you."
podcast. We don't even make money.
Yeah.
Is it crazy that this game is about 3 times as much as it is to get into the Bengals Washington game?
Yeah, if I had to guess, there's probably a lot of Cowboys fans in North
I
Carolina.
was about to say, it probably is because of the Cowboys being
They
in
are
the game.
everywhere.
But also, like the Giants game, the only reason that's $35 is because the Baltimore fans are going to go up there.
Yeah. There's Cowboys fans.
Dude, I saw
everywhere 'cause they gotta
Giants
watch
fan-
the Yankees
I saw
games, the
Giants
Lakers
tickets for $1
games.
last week.
Yeah.
What?
There was Giants tickets in nosebleeds for $1 last week.
And
Why
the
didn't we
stadium.
go?
Well, I was about to say the stadium's empty, but we just
How
proved
the
that that's
fuck
wrong.
would you want to spend your afternoon in fucking New Jersey?
Dude, I get to see Tyrone Tracy Jr.
Fumble?
Yeah,
I don't think he
and maybe
fumbled
have
last
like a
week.
72-yard game with a touchdown.
Yeah.
Be fun. Panthers 23, Cowboys 20.
Panthers 20, Cowboys 15.
Oh,
Bad score.
God.
Bad score. Yep.
We don't
That's
have to
right.
think about it. Next game.
Nah. I've seen some 15s.
It's
Trust me.
a vibe pick.
Yeah. Could be 5 could be 5
Oh
field goal.
man, what
Yeah.
are we doing?
Big
dude?
one.
Let's-
Big one for the playoffs.
Let's just
boys.
go ahead and get to one Soto.
Hey, this is a big one for the
I-
draft. This is a big one for the draft.
Yeah, big game for the
Yeah,
draft. here.
Jets 3.5-point favorites on the road in Jacksonville. Who's gonna get their 4th win in Week 15?
Dude, we can go watch Aaron Rodgers for $18.
$18, and we could drive to this one.
Yeah,
That's a cool 6-hour drive.
it is. Except for when you hit I-10. Fuck I-10.
That is true. Fuck
So
I-10.
it's fucking stressful. That's
Yeah.
true. We can
So-
charter a PJ.
All right.
Go down there.
Better AFC East career: Aaron Rodgers or Mac Jones? Because that's our matchup. Right
You could debate that.
there is a debate
You
There
could
is.
debate that.
because rookie Mac Jones was kind of fun.
Yeah, I bet Aaron Rodgers is wishing he had Mike Williams now,
No,
huh?
no. The last thing he needs is another wide receiver to try and throw the ball to.
Oh man.
He's looked good a few times. They just won't win.
Yeah. I wish we were getting Hard Knocks of the Jets this year.
Yeah, yeah.
I-
That would
I
have been
would-
good.
I would just love to be in that wide receiver room
Oh man.
where their coach is like, I don't know, guys.
Yeah. Meanwhile, next door in the quarterback room, Nathaniel Hackett is like making jokes about fucking Austin Powers.
Yeah, at 3-10. Yeah. I don't know.
I want to see these running backs go to work. That's what I want this to be like. What was it, Rams Saints a couple weeks ago, where like the game
Oh,
took like,
yeah.
it took like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to see. Brees Hall, Tank Bigsby go to work.
I want to see Brees Hall on a team that will he'll be the offense.
It would be nice, but also would he just get hurt?
Probably.
Yeah, that's
Probably. I think BT could have a good game against
if
the Jets.
Mac Jones throws to the correct team.
Yeah. I don't feel like I've noticed BT
hasn't-
getting any production drop with the quarterback change.
No,
so.
it's just everybody else has.
Yeah.
He's only throwing to BT.
Mac Jones is tied for the least average completed air yards in the
Yeah.
league, and also has the shortest completed air distance in the entire league of anyone that's attempted a pass or completed a pass in the air
Yeah.
Wow.
this season.
Look, like Doug Peterson
32
needs to be
yards.
fired, but he did make a good decision saying, Mac Jones, don't throw the ball more than 5 yards in the air.
He did win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know, but he also needs to be fired. What? 4? Holy shit.
Dang.
Crazy. That is insane.
Dang.
Gabe Davis got to be fucking balling. I would be so mad. You bring Gabe Davis because he's a deep ball threat. Mac Jones is your quarterback for the last 6 games of the year.
Do you think when do you think we finally get to see Tank Bigsby be RB1?
Whenever Etienne's contract's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever they need somebody to have meaningful carries.
What I think what freaks me out is I don't think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to re-sign Etienne, but I guarantee you he'll get a pretty awesome contract somewhere else. He just seems like the perfect player.
Well, is it going to be awesome for a running back or awesome in the grand scheme?
Probably awesome for a running
Okay.
back, but still, a player that I would probably say does not deserve it
Yeah.
would probably get paid somewhere else and probably do the same output.
Yeah, but I don't know. Does Etienne have another year after this? I think, of control.
I bet he's on his last year.
No, he got drafted the year after Trevor, and Trevor was up for extension this offseason. So so 2 more.
Okay, 2 years.
Yeah. If I had to guess, Etienne will end up on a team like the Bears, because Swift will probably be gone. But I don't see Jacksonville bring him back.
No,
I don't see a reason to.
they definitely should not.
What do we think
back.
is going to happen in this game?
Um,
I'm going to take the Jags. I'll say that. I'm trying to muster up some will to say a score.
fuck. I'm gonna go Jets 24, Jacksonville 17.
Dude, I just read that fucking game preview headline. Read the little subtext on that headline. The New York Jets and Jacksonville Jaguars can sulk together Sunday. That's fucking
So
pitiful,
can
dude.
everybody that watches that game.
Oh my god. Ugh. It could be 6-9. Should I go 0-0 tie?
0-0 tie.
Nah, I trust Cam Little. I dropped him in fantasy, but I trust him. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with a cool 13-10 Jaguars victory.
Nice.
Dolphins Texans, actually a good matchup.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, guaranteed. Quote me on it. The Dolphins will not run the ball well. Lot of question marks.
Yeah, see, Tyreek and Jalen doesn't even matter. You got Jonnu Smith now.
Yeah, but
they got Antonio
last week-
Gates out there.
Last week they barely used Jonnu Smith. And
He did get a
Tyreek
touchdown,
looked
though.
really good. Yeah, that's true. But he got his first reception in overtime, and he ended up with 44 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, which is wild.
Yeah.
Because I started him, and he barely got more points than Sam Laporta did, who would have been my
Yeah.
other choice.
Mixon back, right? He's healthy. Yes. Mixon's healthy, which is nice.
Yeah.
Tua's probably going to throw for another 350 yards.
Yeah.
No matter who's on the field for him.
Yeah.
But they're going to run for under 75. It's unbelievable. I don't know how many weeks in a row they've gone without hitting 100 rushing yards, but it's been a while.
No, I mean, we'll obviously talk about it closer to the spring, but if you're the Dolphins, you have to draft a running back, right? Or you have to go
draft,
big on somebody there.
a real running back.
Yeah.
Because you've obviously given up Raheem Mostert. That ship has sailed. I'm done trying to fight for him to get carries.
Yeah.
Jalen Wright and Devon Achane are not workhorses.
No.
Achane needs a Raheem Mostert in the backfield with him.
Yeah.
And you can go out in the draft and get a guy like that. You could get a Cam Scattaboo late in the first round, early in the second round, maybe. You're probably not going to get Genty. He'll probably be off the board before you pick in the first round.
Genty's going to be a Cowboy.
Maybe, if he can get past the Patriots.
True.
We'll see about that. But no, there's a number of very good running backs coming out that I think will be more primed for that, like to play that role for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good workhorse type running backs coming out.
And to your point, Raheem Mostert can do basically everything that Devon Achane can, but Raheem Mostert can stay in a game. He can play a whole game.
Yeah.
Which is
If they'll let him.
But they've completely given up on him. If
Yeah.
I'm Raheem Mostert, I would probably have asked for a trade.
Yeah, this guy fumbled a couple times to start the year. Gets
And
benched.
got forgotten about.
Yeah, literally just got totally benched out of nowhere.
And
This guy last year had a franchise record-breaking touchdown total.
Yeah.
Had a fantastic year, and might I add, amongst running backs with over like 150 carries or something in their career, the highest yards per carry ever. Why?
Unheard of.
Why are we doing
All
this,
because
Sam?
he started the season banged up and had a couple fumbles.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
The Texans side of this, the offensive line still sucks. Luckily, the Dolphins' defensive line's been bad, but the Texans' offensive line's still going to look bad. But they have the weapons. Joe Mixon will just find ways to run the ball extremely well.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud will find ways to get the ball into the hands of Nico Collins and Tank Dell and get things done. And the Texans' defense is decent. I would say. I wouldn't say it's great because every time I say that they look good, they come out the next week and look like shit.
Yeah, and on top of that, you have Joe Mixon who can keep Tua off the field. Tua's been slinging it. He may not see the field a lot because Mixon can just go.
Yeah, getting those extra yards is so big, and Mixon does such a good job of getting extra yards out of runs.
Yeah, I think the only thing that you got to watch out for if you're the Texans, and especially C.J. Stroud, I think if you start turning the ball over, throwing picks and fumbling, the Dolphins are the team that's going to capitalize, especially with how Tua's playing right now.
Look, Tua's going to, this Dolphins team, the way that Tua's playing right now, they're good to put up probably 21, 24 points.
Yeah.
You just have to score more than that. Because
the Texans
they can't run the ball. If the Dolphins could run the ball, they'd keep themselves on the field more. They'd keep the other team off the field more.
Mm-hmm.
They would give themselves the chance to score more points, maybe get in field goal range more. But instead, it's either the drive's over, like maybe you get a first down and then the drive's over, or you storm down the field all passing and score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then you only waste it's only like a 2.5-minute drive to get a touchdown. And it's like, okay, well, we didn't do anything here.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a lot of sense because it's not even that they're not running the ball well. It's that they're not running the ball at all. And when they do, it's bad. And it's so abysmal. I'm going to take the Texans. I'm going to go 28-24.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Colts, Broncos. Broncos 4-point favorites at home. Kind of surprised they're not a bigger favorite. The Colts have just been kind of meh. I guess Richardson looks good every now and then he just looks like the worst quarterback ever. Jonathan Taylor gets his chances and he has good games, but sometimes AR just takes over in the running game and they just don't give Jonathan Taylor the ball at all.
Yeah.
It's super weird. I do like what the Colts receivers have been able to do this season, despite the fact that Anthony Richardson is just one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks you'll find.
Yeah.
Because Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, and sometimes Michael Pittman, tend to have pretty consistent performances across the board.
Yeah.
The Broncos side, Bo's great. Turnovers are a little bit of an issue, but he kind of outshines them, and he makes up for them quite a bit. The defense has got to look better at sometimes. Sometimes they look great, and sometimes they look horrible. But it happens throughout a game. It's not even a week by week problem for the Broncos. It's just they'll just go a quarter where they can't stop shit.
Yeah.
And then it's right back to looking fine. I don't know what the problem is there, but the Broncos have the offense here to just kind of keep scoring throughout this game and just kind of slowly just keep pulling away from the Colts as the Colts continue to make offensive mistakes.
Of course, yeah. And you were talking about the Colts receivers. They have a pretty good group. It's a shame, and you were right in not saying this person's name, but A.D. Mitchell has still been
not being
basically ineffective on this team. I'm kind of with you. I think the Broncos are probably a more consistent. They're going to score more consistent than the Colts will in this game, and as long as they keep doing that, Anthony Richardson is bound to make mistakes that are going to cost them drives. And yeah, I'm sure the Broncos will just win that way. So
Yeah. I'm going to throw a little prediction out there. Give me a Devon Vele touchdown. And yeah, I'm going to take Broncos 21, Colts 17. Kind of a weird score from what I just talked about, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
Feels like it might end up that way.
I'm going to take the Broncos 23, Colts 17.
Interesting stats for you guys on Anthony Richardson. He has the longest average intended air yards in the NFL by 3 yards over any other quarterback.
Okay.
And is also 3 yards ahead on average completed air yards too.
Okay.
What is
So-
intended?
That means
So-
he's throwing it and it's not getting caught sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the
Sometimes.
completed would just be lower because that's what's actually being
It's just
caught.
his
But
Yeah.
attempts.
he's throwing it downfield a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
and
know
his
that.
completion percentage versus expected completion percentage is 10 lower.
Mm.
Wow.
So that means that they're expecting receivers to catch balls that they're not catching as well.
Yeah. They're definitely dropping balls, but it's also part of that.
Worst percentage in the league as well.
Yeah, it's part of the issue of kind of like what we always talked about with Joe Milton. Sometimes Richardson just puts a little bit too much on a close pass, and it's just like, okay, well, that guy's not going to catch
Well,
that.
it's probably at least 13 yards.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's got time to slow down. It's
But-
12.9.
Yeah,
is
like
his
Richardson-
intended air yards.
He's a strong quarterback, and sometimes it kind of hurts him.
You know, and kind of to take it deeper, maybe that's why A.D. Mitchell has struggled. Maybe now that I'm thinking about it, Anthony Richardson would be the worst quarterback to have if you're a rookie wide receiver.
Yeah, but it's also like AD didn't really step up at all when Flacco was there, but also Flacco really leaned on like a couple receivers a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think AD just ended up in a situation that's just not necessarily good for him.
Yeah.
They didn't need a wide receiver in the draft.
No.
It's just how it was. Bills Lions, best game of the week.
Debatable.
By
Yeah,
far.
Definitely debatable.
Nope. Bills Lions is 100% better than the next game we're going to talk about. But oddly enough, both of the games are at 4:00, which makes no fucking sense. Please, why the fuck do we have this Monday Night Football doubleheader that is this fucking bad? Meanwhile, the Bills play the Lions, and spoiler alert, the Steelers play the Eagles.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the point of flex scheduling if we can't flex the schedule? I don't get it. Shit, $321 to get to the
shit.
door at Ford Field. The Bills are coming off of just the worst defensive performance they've ever had. But they have the MVP at quarterback.
Wasn't against the Chiefs either.
No. But Josh Allen's there, and that's why I feel like this has to be close.
Technically, you got 2 MVP candidates going head to head.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes,
yes,
I know.
but nah.
I know Goff's a candidate. So is Khalil Shakir, technically.
Oh,
And you could vote for him.
look at that! Look at that name on the injury list.
No. Fuck. Not DeMar Hamlin. I wonder how he got hurt. I actually don't know.
Should we cut this part out because I haven't stopped smiling since I've seen his name on the
No.
injury report?
we
That
can-
sucks.
Yeah.
You think? You
what
think?
are you
You,
about to
think
say?
he's in the DeMar ambulance?
No.
It's one of my
that
favorite
is in
jokes. I
Buffalo.
love that joke so much.
It is. That ambulance is crazy.
Jokes aside, glad that he's okay.
Yeah.
And he's been getting on the field this year
Who's
as well.
not okay. He's
Who's not okay?
DeMar Hamlin is questionable.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Do we have the detailed injury report on him? That other screen that we were looking at earlier? Thanks,
Jameer
Nathan.
Gibbs has over 1,000 rushing yards. That's insane.
And he
when David
plays,
Montgomery
yeah,
is
with
his
David
teammate.
Montgomery.
No, Dwayne Smoot went on the fuck.
Oh,
No. All right, cool.
he must be playing. Then.
Yeah, he's probably gonna play.
Oh, yeah. DeMar Hamlin is.
He probably just sat out of practice like once this
He's
week.
fine.
Oh yeah, he didn't practice in walkthroughs
Oh,
today. 40 minutes ago. Wow. Yeah, he's back. Okay.
the
Let's
Bills
talk-
have Louis Cine?
Yeah, they drafted him, didn't they?
No, he went to the Vikings.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
On the
it's
left?
Lewis Cine. but
Louis
yeah.
Cine.
Yeah, he was a Vikings draft pick. Wow.
How did he end up on a
He got
different team
cut.
so quickly?
He got cut by Minnesota.
Dude, he thought he was going to be really good. That sucks. But
Yeah, never played. That's insane. This matchup is so weird because I'll say it, the Lions don't necessarily have the best defense. It's just so injured. Like their whole injury report that's showing on ESPN is all defensive players.
yeah,
Yeah, it's all defensive line.
especially DJ Reader too. He's been an important piece of that. defense all
which
season
makes
long.
me feel like Josh Allen's just gonna have his way.
Yeah, he very well could.
Because like the Lions have not been. It's not like the Lions, especially in the last couple of weeks, they're not blowing teams out.
Yeah, but how do we measure the grit?
I don't know.
Where does that grit factor come?
I'll
from?
say this: if you go for it like Dan Campbell did against the Packers, probably not going to beat the Bills.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a ballsy move, and it's great when it works.
yeah.
But then you have things like last year in the playoffs. And when it doesn't work, it's your fault.
Yeah.
And it all comes back on you.
This is a really fucking good game, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you're the Lions. Do you just try to? I guess just keep doing what you've been doing. Use both your running backs. Keep that offense off the field as much as possible.
I think
and
for the
just
Bills,
have long drives.
the Bills can run the ball too. I think that's the nice thing is that with Josh Allen is essentially running back 2, but sometimes running back 1.
Or
like
wide
last
receiver.
week. Yeah, he could be a wide receiver as well. You kind of get this chance, and also look, Ray Davis is certainly not an incapable running back. He's been pretty good, but same amount of carries as Josh Allen this season. He's got less yards. So, but Josh had 3 rushing touchdowns last week, right? Or did he have 2 and 3 passing maybe? He's got 9 touchdowns this season on the ground.
Only 1 fumble too.
Yeah,
Impressive.
that's very impressive. James Cook obviously needs to be the guy just getting the ball in his hands over and over again.
Definitely.
Didn't really get used all that much last week, which I was kind of surprised by, but Josh Allen just had to go into takeover mode and try and bring them back in that game.
Yeah. Are we going to see Keon Coleman and Amari Cooper in this game?
I believe so. I think they're both back. Can we see that injury report one more time, Nathan? I don't think either of them were listed for the Bills.
Yeah, they're not. Wow.
That's big.
First time since like Amari Cooper's like debut.
Yeah.
I think they've been on the field with each
Yeah.
other. That's going to be awesome.
I want to go with the Bills really bad, but they've been so bad on the road. They're a 10-3 team. They're 4-3 on the road.
I'm going to go Lions 27, Bills 24.
Okay. I'm going to go the inverse. I'm going to go Bills 27, Lions 24.
All right.
I'm going to take the Bills. I don't know. I'm feeling it. This is going to be that MVP performance
Yeah.
for Josh Allen,
Yeah.
I think. Because last week you'd call it an MVP performance, but they lost. Like, he had an unbelievable game.
Yeah.
Like the best quarterback fantasy football performance like ever.
I played against him in
Yeah.
a league. It was like a 54-point game
Yeah.
from a quarterback.
Yeah. Unbelievable. In our league, he put up like 76 because of our crazy ass scoring. Outscored Jamar from earlier this
Shout
season.
out Mike.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to maybe we'll call this 1B. Bills Lions 1A, Steelers Eagles 1B.
I'm gonna start out this game by telling you a little stat, Grayson.
Hold on. Eagles 5.5 point favorites at home. Just wanted to put that.
The Steelers have not walked into Philadelphia and won since 1995.
You know what's going to stop them this time?
What?
Kenneth Pickett. Kentrell Pickett. I'm certain it's Kenneth. It's not Kentrell, if I had to guess. But
Kentrell
no,
Pickett.
Kenny Pickett will be staring at the Steelers players from across the sidelines for the entire game because he won't be on the field.
Yeah. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams have looked really, really good. Especially, Philly coming off of beating Baltimore a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was really impressive. Really just shut down their offense, too, which was more impressive.
Yeah, I know Saquon's doing unbelievable stuff, and Jalen Hurts is rushing in touchdowns at an unbelievable rate. But what the Eagles' defense has turned into after the shit show we saw in the second half of the season last year is unbelievable. Like, the changes they've made, and shout out to Vic Fangio. I think we kind of I went on this diatribe last week, I think. But what Vic Fangio has done for this defense and what those couple of draft picks have done is unbelievable. Like, it fundamentally changed the way that the Eagles approach the game when your defense plays that well. Like, they can run the ball a lot more and be a lot more comfortable running the ball. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith might not be the happiest about it, but
Fuck them.
yeah, get over it, because
Literally
Saquon
fuck
is
those
putting
people.
up unbelievable numbers, and Jalen Hurts is as well in the running game.
Yeah.
And you can't deny what your team's doing. Results are results. Get over yourself if you're not getting receptions. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because
no,
if you're winning games, shut the fuck up. Just be ready for when we do have to throw the ball to you.
Yeah, and that's been a lot of controversy recently. I've heard that A.J.
Yeah.
Brown and Jalen Hurts aren't really liking each other anymore.
Get over it, dog.
Literally get over. Like
You wanted to leave Tennessee.
you are 11-2.
Yeah.
My guy.
You gotta win as a team, man.
Saquon Barkley jumped over someone backwards.
Yeah. Until AJ Brown reverse hurdles somebody, I'm not gonna give a fuck what
Just
you say.
Just
If Saquon
stop
wanted to be
complaining.
like, I need to get carries in the red zone, first of all, Colin would be fucking jumping up and down.
Yeah,
But I would be like, damn right he does.
yeah.
But if AJ Brown's gonna be like, I gotta be getting looks, 11-2 tells me you don't. You do not need looks because
Exactly.
y'all are winning.
But on the other side of the ball, going back to the Steelers, the Eagles haven't seen a defense like this one yet.
Agree.
So it's a really good matchup. Really, really good matchup.
What do you got, Nathan?
Luke, when did you say the last time the Steelers went to the Eagles and beat them?
I think it was 1995.
It was 1965.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Fuck.
I just had to scroll through every time you played, which was quite obnoxious. But
Yeah.
I thought I had seen that it was even earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 1965, you guys won 20-14.
See if you can find the game where we played them. I think like in the 2015s and like 16, 17, somewhere in there.
2016.
Yeah. What was the score of that game?
At Lincoln Financial, Eagles won 34-3.
I fell asleep during that game. Fun fact.
I don't blame you.
Took a nap in the living room.
You guys don't play each other a lot at all.
For good reason.
Yeah.
Since
Thank
2000,
God.
since 2000, this will be the 8th matchup.
Wow.
Also, people, I'm not going to say they overrate this as a rivalry.
I think it's not even a
It's
really-
the Wikipedia page I'm on is
practically,
called
like
Eagles
not even the
Steelers
same
rivalry.
state.
no. Yeah, like
Pittsburgh and Philly are just New Jersey and like Ohio and West Virginia.
yeah.
Like, what are we
Like
doing?
as someone who's been a Steelers fan their entire life, I have never been necessarily brought up by other Steelers fans or even myself to like this is not like a big game.
No.
I don't really think
I
of
don't
it as
like.
anything.
I get that it's an in-state game, but like,
It genuinely doesn't matter.
it's not like we're over here fucking jerking off to Jacksonville versus Miami. Like,
Yeah.
Nobody cares about in-state rivalries in
NFL.
in the NFL.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Rams Chargers. Nobody cares, like maybe Giants Jets, but neither of them are ever good in general, nor at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, there's not an in-state rivalry in the NFL that matters.
I guess
historic.
when they were in San Diego and Oakland, that was kind of a big deal.
But wouldn't Oakland, San Francisco be better? That's across the bridge from each other. Nobody cared about that either, it seems
is
like.
true.
At least now. Like,
Yeah.
I think the idea of rivalries in the NFL now is just so predicated on like what happened in like the 60s. Like the Steelers and Raiders
yeah,
is a rivalry. It's a better rivalry than this.
it is.
And it's because of like one game.
Yeah.
Like, I hate the idea. Like, NFL rivalries are just the three teams you play in your division. That's your rivals. And that's it. What? Did you have something?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
As dominant as the Steelers have always been, if the Steelers win this matchup this weekend, it'll be their 30th win in the rivalry. If the Eagles win, it'll be their 50th.
Wow.
Right now, the scoring record is 49 for the Eagles. Is 49 wins, 29 losses, 3 ties.
Yeah, we're nervous.
Could we see another tie?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm always looking to predict a tie. No, I think the Eagles will win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there in the same boat with you. Give me the Steelers 23-20.
Okay.
Go fuck yourself, Philadelphia.
Give me Eagles 20, Steelers 18. Another weird score. It wouldn't be the first time they scored 18, but it would be the first time they scored 18 and didn't win. All right, next game. We got Buccaneers, Chargers. Chargers 3-point favorites. Herbert is dealing. He had a leg contusion in the last game, and apparently rolled his ankle at practice this week, so still looking to play.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure why that. Oh, I just skipped right over Patriots, Cardinals. That's why it was out of order. But we'll talk about Buccaneers, Chargers first. There's a lot of things that I want to see in this game.
Yeah.
But both of these teams are very banged up. I'm not sure that we're going to be necessarily missing guys, but guys aren't at 100% right now.
And Harbaugh is just worried about if Herbert's too banged up to give him a Gluck.
Yeah, that could be a
That's
problem.
what it's coming down
guess.
to.
I don't know. Like, it's all leg injuries. You don't really need legs.
I'm glad I got you to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scroll back up. I did not realize that we only had one interception for Herbert on the year. That's what a season.
I think he's tied for the longest streak of consecutive weeks without throwing a pick.
Wow.
He's tied with Brady.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I don't know
though.
what the streak is. It might be 11 weeks. Can you pull up Herbert's game log? Whatever it is, I know he's tied for the most ever. Last interception
Week 2.
Week 2. So 12 straight weeks. 12 straight games.
Yeah, and that came in a game
No.
against Carolina where
11 straight games. I was right.
he only had 6 incompletions. It's like not even that bad of a game.
No, not at all. But he threw a pick.
Yeah.
I think it was like tipped
Dang,
as well. I feel
not
like I
a
remember
single 3-touchdown game.
that. No, that's the thing. He's just playing his game. Like, he's just doing his thing. And it also helps that they've been able to run the ball really well this season. Because like in prior years, he was throwing to Eckler so much that like they weren't even really running the ball.
Yeah.
And so he was just constantly having to throw. And like when you have guys like Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and, Austin Eckler and all these guys on your team, you kind of feel like you have to throw to them.
Yeah. Gerald Everett too.
Yeah, like there's not a single guy on this Chargers team that has earned targets. Lad McConkey has, for this season has for sure.
Yeah.
But he's a rookie. He doesn't necessarily earn it. Quentin Johnston has earned jail time for dropping so many fucking passes. And there's not like a big time established guy in this receiving core, and I think it allows Herbert to just like throw to the guy he needs to throw to on that play.
Yeah.
He's not pressured to be hitting guys, and they're not game planning their offense around weapons in their offense. They're just like, use these guys however you want to use them. I think it allows Herbert to just play really well.
Yeah.
On the other side, Baker turns the ball over way too much.
Yeah.
I know we want to just be like, oh, but he's so fun.
He is really fun.
He's really fun. Just not when he's like throwing like 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. Like that's not fun.
Yeah.
He's just Jameis Winston at that point. If you're just turning the ball over and not winning games in Tampa, you're just Jameis Winston.
I don't know. He'd need 17 more interceptions and 2 more touchdowns to be Jameis Winston.
That is true.
30-30.
Yeah. I really like what the Chargers have going for them. And in the defense that they showed last week, I really liked.
Was great.
Yeah. I almost want to go big. For some reason, something about the Bucs this week I just don't like. I think it's just that like Mike Evans is banged up, Bucky's banged up,
Yeah.
Baker's been turning the ball over.
I think Bucky Irving being hurt is more detrimental to this Buccaneers team
Yeah.
than Mike Evans being hurt.
There's some people you could go out there and ask who's been the best running back this season, and there's some people that would earnestly say Bucky Irving.
No.
I love Bucky Irving. Shout out Bucky Irving.
Rashad
lover.
White. He's been the best running back.
Oh
this
yeah,
whole
that's
season.
right. He's not even been the best running back at catching the ball. That's been Alvin Kamara. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers 28, Buccaneers 13.
I'm going to go 31-21 Chargers.
Okay. On to Sunday night. Nope. Patriots Cardinals. Patriots Cardinals.
No bye weeks this week.
Yeah. Patriots Cardinals. Cardinals a 6-point favorite at home. Trey McBride. Yes or no on a touchdown? Always going to be the first question until he
No.
scores one. Will he get to 1,000 yards and potentially 100 receptions this season and not get a touchdown? Like, what are we doing here?
It sounds like some Deontay Johnson 2 years ago shit.
Yeah.
I think he literally did that 2 years. I don't know about
I don't
the
think he had
100.
100, but he did have 1,000 receiving yards.
No
and
touchdown.
No touchdown. Are the Patriots tanking? Was I right weeks ago? I think they're tanking.
Maybe.
They've just been
Maybe.
they've been in too many games where I'm like, they should be playing better than this.
When did Drake May throw 8 interceptions?
Exactly.
This year?
That's what I'm saying. He has these great first halves, and then he goes to the sideline. Gerard Mayo's like, "Hey, you forgot. We got to lose." And then he throws like 2 picks in the second half. And
Yeah.
it's ball game. It's crazy. And then Ramondre Stevenson exists
Yeah.
and plays football.
If you're Robert Kraft, God forbid, if you're Robert Kraft, how long do you give Gerard Mayo?
Gerard Mayo.
Gerard.
Yes. 2 years.
So after this year, if he doesn't do
I'll
well
give
next
him
year.
2 more after this one.
Okay.
So I'd give him his shelf life would be 3 years.
Yeah.
Because I think he got put in a weird spot this past year.
Yeah. He did put
But
in
he
his
got
work
his quarterback.
as a player as
Yeah,
well.
he got his quarterback. That gets him another year. As long as you're not a Bears head coach. He got his quarterback. That gives him another year. Well, now if you go out in the draft and you get like Travis Hunter or like somebody that's supposed to be like a big X factor game-changing player, then maybe you see a little bit of an increase in results. Because they have the groundwork to win games. They have the players around them, but they do need a better running game. And they do need higher quality targets for Drake May. And they do need some big things on defense to improve this team. But the groundwork's there. And you have young players with star potential on this team. And I think that is what gives Gerard Mayo a chance. And I think with the way, obviously our knowledge of the Patriots is pretty much Bill Belichick was the head coach. That's
Our lives.
yeah, our lives. It was always Belichick. And that makes it seem like maybe Robert Kraft would be the kind of owner that is willing to just like give you your time.
Yeah.
But also, he might be the kind of owner that is like, I want to fucking win. And if Gerard Mayo's not cutting it, if they go, 3 wins this season when they finish the season, if they finish with 3 wins and then next year they finish with like 4 or 5, maybe he is gone. I don't know what to expect from Robert Kraft.
Something interesting that I saw on my feed today, it was like 6 years ago today this happened. And I remember exactly where I was when this game took place. Do you remember the Patriots-Titans wild card game in New England, like in 2018?
Yes.
And do you remember how it ended?
Derrick Henry?
No.
Oh, well, Derrick Henry had a huge game.
Yeah.
Did he not?
I think so.
Okay.
Tom Brady threw a pick to Logan Ryan, a former Patriot, for a
Yes,
pick six.
I do
And that
remember
was
that.
literally the end of the Patriots.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know it. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, no, that is an interesting one. Because that was the Titans were like the 1 seed. Was that year, or were they the 1 seed like the year after?
Well, it was a wild card. I think it was a year after.
Okay, yeah.
Or maybe a year
'cause
before.
Maybe. I don't know, but there was that 1 season, maybe 2 seasons, where
Yeah.
the Titans were just like the best team in the regular season.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
Insane. Yeah.
Shout out Mike Vrabel.
Ugh.
I wish
How
that
do you
Ohio
fire
State
him?
would have fired Ryan Day so that Mike Vrabel could have just done what Bill Belichick's about to do.
Yeah. I love Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, he's awesome. I hope he gets one of these jobs.
Yeah. Me too.
It would only be right if he became the Patriots head coach at some point.
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah.
I need it. What are we thinking in this game? Is Kyler gonna keep looking like he's been playing a lot of Call of Duty, or
I'm
What
gonna
are we
go. I'm gonna go 20-3 cards.
I'm gonna go 17-13 Cardinals.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I think this game might suck. Okay, now to Sunday Night Football. Packers 2.5-point favorites on the road versus the Seahawks. Packers have been a little bit weird. Jordan Love isn't necessarily playing extremely well right now, but it's because Josh Jacobs has been unbelievable. They're just forcing the ball to Josh Jacobs at all times for like the last 3 weeks, and he's just he's running. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, he's just running with anger, and he's just getting like what we talked about with who was it that we were talking about? Just gets those extra yards for them. Fuck, who was it? It was earlier. Oh, Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs doing the exact same thing right now.
Yeah, both workhorses.
Yeah,
I mean,
and like the way that I'm watching Josh Jacobs, like every time where it's like the final 2 seconds before the whistle gets blown, he is just like
Still moving.
fighting for his life to get forward up the field.
yeah,
It's unreal.
It's insane. He's playing like 2022.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to see.
Yeah, and then on the Seahawks side, talk about running the ball. Where the fuck did Zach Charbonnet go?
Dude.
This just adds to like the bipolar ass offense that the Seahawks run every week.
And honestly, you've been saying it like all season long. Like, they can't figure out Kenneth Walker or Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah.
Can they figure out JSN or DK at this point?
No.
Either?
They
You and I
can't
would know.
figure anything out.
Oh, God.
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. I don't get it.
Just keep blaming it on Geno.
And they somehow, like, if I could describe the Seahawks in one word, it would be just compete.
Yeah.
They just stay in games.
Yeah, they
Like,
do. They do stay in games, which is good. But I think they also play themselves out of these games a lot of times. Like, yes, they are like 8-5, but they play themselves out of a lot of games.
Yeah.
And that is a problem.
Definitely.
The defenses in this game, I'm not loving right now. I do think the Packers is probably a little bit better.
Is Jair back?
I don't know. Nathan, can we see if Jair Alexander's back for the Packers?
Because I know that was a big thing for them
You're on the
last
wrong
week.
game, bro. I don't care about you paying your bills, dog. We got a podcast to record. Jordan Love has gone 2 straight weeks without a pick. I'll point that out.
No, he's not there.
Okay. So, yeah, it looks like Jair might be back. Still missing some key players on defense.
Yeah.
For the
Did
Packers.
I just read Artie Burns' name for the Seattle Seahawks?
So, Javon Bullard, questionable. Edrin Cooper, Evan
Yeah,
Williams.
they got 2
which
safeties.
I love the name Evan Williams. Those are all 3 rookies, actually, at the top of the
Got a raging alcoholic.
No, it's just I pointed that out like the night he got, or right after the draft. Like we were going through their huge draft class that the Packers had, and Evan Williams just it's a funny ass.
Yeah.
name.
Nathan, could you scroll down one more time for me? Oh,
Yeah, Artie
my
Burns is
God.
well, he's not playing. He's on
Cl-
IR.
Click on his name, please. I just have to see his face. Yep, from Miami. Look at that. Round 1, pick 25. You ever heard of Artie Burns before?
I've heard of him because I know
Fuck
he was
this
a
guy,
bust.
bro. Oh my God.
He sucks.
I want to go back to that draft class and see who we could have picked.
We don't have time for that.
We don't. No,
Do
not on
not
the
have time to
podcast.
redraft the
Dang,
2016
he's
class.
gotten a lot older, dude. He looks a lot different from his time in Pittsburgh. I didn't even realize he's in the league still.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he's kind of in the league.
The last time he got an interception was
We should be back this
2017.
week, so we'll get to watch him. Yeah, I know.
I hope
but
not.
they said his estimated returns this week.
Yeah, I think it'll just be a game where the better team wins, being the Packers,
Yeah.
but the Seahawks stay in it. But
Yeah.
then again, this game, not a historic rivalry game, but
Mhm.
when I kind of feel like it was cultivated, like in the Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson era,
Yeah.
there were some really good games between these two teams.
Definitely. Marshawn Lynch versus Eddie Lacy.
Yeah. Well, what's Eddie Lacy's nickname? He has a funny nickname, doesn't he? Like Chum or like
Probably it's probably something extremely offensive to fat people.
Yeah.
What was the what was that tweet that he had that he loves China food? It's so funny. China food. It's hilarious.
Mr. Munt.
Yeah, shout out Johnny Munt. We're about to talk about his team in a second.
I was saying that's Eddie Lacy's nickname.
Oh, Well, we're about to talk about Johnny Munt's team.
Yeah.
In just a moment.
I'm gonna go 31-24 Packers.
Okay. I'm gonna go 24-20 Packers.
Yeah. I mean, who knows though? If Zach Charbonnet looks like Barry Sanders again, then
Yeah,
we might all be in trouble.
We're either getting Charbonnet or Charbonnet. I don't know which one's better. I'll be honest. All right, we got a Monday Night Football doubleheader. Nathan, are you finding this Eddie Lacy stuff? Do you want me to wait?
Speaking of nut, Zach Charbonnet.
What, circle button? Oh, like a spin move. Okay. I fuck.
Or
with
is
that.
he round?
He's also circular.
Eddie Truck and Lacy. That one's pretty good.
Yeah, I hate that. That sucks. Say these things into the mic, please.
Fine. This guy said that he used to yell Eddie fucking Lacy at the TV, but
Yeah.
his kids were around, so he would tell them that he said trucking.
Gotcha.
And so
And he
I guess other
probably
people
weighed as much as a Ford Ranger, if I had to guess.
Oh my God. That's a Dodge Dakota out there. Everybody
pay the
watch
team
out.
At one point, like pay a fine to the organization,
Yeah.
to the Packers.
No,
at one point
it
'cause
was when he
overweight.
signed with the Seahawks. Funny enough, Eddie Lacy. This is the Eddie Lacy game, Packers Seahawks.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
I
Lacy
do.
Bowl.
Eddie Lacy in his contract with the Seahawks, they had he had to hit weight goals and he would get bonuses for it. But if he was going the opposite direction, he'd get fined.
And I don't think he ever got a bonus.
No, I think he probably got fined and then they cut him.
Apparently, he's opened up about his weight problems though, and has become an advocate for.
Has he lost any? Just a
Good for him.
question.
What if he looks like a god?
At one
Yeah,
point, he
dude.
was
What if he's
5'11",
nothing?
250.
5'11", 250 is.
That could look healthy though.
You could turn that into healthy. He didn't.
You just got to go in the craziest cut of your life.
Yeah. That's
Problem
unreal.
is, he didn't clean bulk. So
No, dude, he was
that
eating
would be
China
so-
food.
Not Chinese food. China food.
No, what me and Nathan had last night was Chinese food. Eddie Lacy was eating China food. All right, Monday Night Football doubleheader. The doubleheader from hell.
Oh, it's got to be good, right?
Yeah, Bears Vikings. Vikings a touchdown favorite at home. Johnny Munt. Yeah, Aaron Jones, give him the ball. Please. Stop waiting till the end of the game to give him the ball.
Yeah.
Bears, don't throw over the middle of the field. It doesn't work. Also, you guys are 0-6 on the road, so there's a 0% chance you win this game.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, is he going to go off again? Obviously, much better defense than the Falcons. Much better secondary than the Falcons. You're not going to see fucking D. Alford face first on the ground while 2 touchdowns score, which it happened. It happened. God, I fucking can't stand it. I gotta pull up that tweet that sent me, Nathan. Those stats of D. Alford are fucking jarring. Yeah,
He was
had,
targeted 7 times and allowed 7 receptions.
Yeah,
That's the
seven,
start of it.
7 targets, 7 receptions, 127 yards allowed, 4 touchdowns allowed, and a perfect 158.3 passer rating allowed when targeted.
God, Desmond Trufant would not stand for it.
Deion Sanders wouldn't stand.
Oh, fuck Deion Sanders. Go tackle somebody.
That up prime.
Raise your kids.
He is. He's getting him to the NFL so that he can get an NFL job.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vikings 24, Bears 3.
Oh, yeah. Vikings 24, Bears 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
Getting Cairo Santos involved.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Tulane, man.
If you thought Bears Vikings sucked, just wait. Falcons, a 4-point favorite on the road against the 2-11 Raiders. Shout out Chris Berman.
I love Chris Berman.
Yeah, so currently Aiden O'Connell is not technically out, but he did suffer a bone bruise in his knee last week and left with an air cast, which would mean that we were getting Desmond Shitter. Desmond Shitter would be the starting quarterback.
I beg, please let Desmond Ridder play this game.
Let him try. Let him try to play this game.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers, over under 15 targets in this game. Last week, he only got targeted 5 times. $92 to get in at Allegiant Stadium. Just go hit the blackjack table. You can get in the door.
All right. Well, Grayson, I'm gonna put you into a corner right here, and I'm gonna ask you a question.
I'll fight my way out of this corner.
If you
are,
if you're the
fire
defensive,
Raheem Moore. All right, go.
Pretty racist of you, don't you think?
No, not at all.
Okay, well,
you can fire Zach Robinson too. He's white.
if you were the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, how are you stopping Brock Bowers? And who are you going to stop him with?
Just literally D. Alford and spear tackle him on just like a run. On a run play. Spear tackle Brock Bowers with D. Alford so that he gets ejected so that he doesn't have to play.
Yeah.
And Brock Bowers also can't play. That's how you stop Brock Bowers.
Have the Falcons, their safety duo, have they both been healthy like all year long or no?
Justin Simmons missed a couple weeks. Bates has been healthy. He's been playing well. Yeah. It's just that A.J. Terrell is incapable of defending a grown man. We just talked about D. Alford, and then Clark Phillips is the biggest idiot I've ever watched play football.
God, the Falcons secondary has been clipped a couple times. Like you had DK just holding
literally
motherfucker up.
Terrell, like he put him in a stroller.
If you guys were wondering how to stop Brock Bowers, it's probably to have somebody not play off of him on the line because he's averaging 6.5 yards of cushion when the ball gets snapped.
Yeah.
And he's creating 3.7 yards of separation at the time of completion.
Yeah, like last week he got slowed down.
And those would correlate with each other, cushion and separation.
If he's already got 6.5 yards on you, and he can keep 3.7.
Yeah.
He's probably going to catch the ball, and that's why he has a 73% completion rate.
That's the thing. I think people,
insane.
you got to realize, I think he's one of those kind of players where like next year people will play him better.
And then he'll be like Kyle Pitts.
No, I'm not saying that because he's already surpassed everything Kyle Pitts has ever done well, and what he's done bad too. Yeah, more career touchdowns than Kyle Pitts. No, I think Brock Bowers is one of those players that like people will kind of figure him out a little bit more in his second year. But like right now, if people are just defending him like he's a normal tight end.
Yeah,
this guy can move. That's always been the thing. They were running end arounds like 4 times a game at UGA.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yes, he is 6'4", 230. Bro, he's literally just Mike Evans. He might be smaller than Mike
That's
Evans.
White Evans right there.
Yeah. Look, Mike Evans is 6'5", 231. He's lit. Brock Bowers is smaller than Mike Evans.
Oh, God.
Like, you can't just, like, overlook Brock Bowers as a receiver.
Yeah.
What we have
athleticism.
I don't think he ran at the combine. No, most tight ends don't. Unless your only asset is speed, you don't run at the combine.
They said that he was 6'3".
I don't think he did, like, any workouts at the combine, if I remember correctly.
Let's see what Mike Evans ran.
Probably.
This is a big receiver. If he ran like a 4.4, it's disgusting. 4.5.
3. Yeah, he probably does run something like that. And he's not a bad blocker.
You know who's faster than Mike Evans?
Sincere McCormick?
Chase Claypool.
Okay, yeah. But also Sincere McCormick, the running back for the Raiders. He had a great week last week. What you
mean sincere?
His name is Sincere.
That's pretty cool.
You guys want to know who runs faster but can't create any separation?
Yeah.
Marvin
Kadarius
Harrison.
Toney?
Marvin Harrison.
Lowest average yards of separation in the NFL of all receivers or people who have caught a pass.
Wow.
That is
1.9 yards is all he hit.
Not what he looked like at Ohio State.
No.
A lot of separation there.
He's getting 4.7 yards of cushion off the line.
Yeah.
And he's only able to keep 2.
Yeah. That's also because he would, like, at Ohio State, he was getting double covered by, like, 2 fat Minnesota corners. Yeah, Falcons 0, Raiders -1. I'll go Falcons 16, Nah, Falcons 14, Raiders 10.
Raiders 17, Falcons 14.
Yeah, that's probably right. The Raiders need the first pick in the draft, though.
Yeah, they do.
Like, they need anything they can get because they need the first pick so they could trade it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Even though they need a quarterback, they're going to trade it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the NFL. Nobody's on bye for the rest of the year. Damn. Yeah, that was a lot of games. All right.
It was a lot of games.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the MLB offseason. Got a bunch of signings to talk about. I got a lot of info here on Juan Soto. So the Mets signed Juan Soto to a 15-year, $765 million deal with zero deferred money. So Shohei Ohtani is going to be getting paid until his grandchildren die. Soto's going to just get his straight up $51 million per year. Yeah, I saw this earlier. Wander Franco's on his trial.
This is so much more interesting than Juan Soto.
June 2nd.
Can we please talk about Wander Franco?
I do not want to talk about him at all.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, so with Soto's deal, he can opt out after 5 years, but the Mets can void the opt out by raising his salary to $55 million for the remaining 10 years.
Yeah. Ridiculous,
Yeah.
dude.
Exactly. He's obviously going to opt out. It's the same thing Garrett Cole did. Garrett Cole opted out, but then Garrett Cole was just like, the Yankees, I think, were just like, we're not going to give you that money.
Brian Cashman's like, you sure about that? Garrett Cole's
Yeah.
like, no.
No, I don't want to leave. So, yeah, look, Soto's going to get his back. Steve Cohen said fuck it and just was like, oh, we got to afford Juan Soto, and just sold the AAA and single-A clubs. Not even kidding. The next day, he sold them. Because he was like, yeah, I can't own these anymore. Like, somebody else can own them. Because they're still affiliates of them.
Imagine
It's just
having
they don't
that kind
own
of
them
money.
anymore. Yeah. He was just like, oh, we got to pay Soto $51 million. All right, let's just sell these two teams real quick. Yeah, so they can do that. He got a $75 million signing bonus. And then there's a bunch of incentives as well. $500,000 for winning MVP. After that, every subsequent MVP he wins is another $1 million. Unreal. And then just some fun things he gets. He gets the number 22 that he wanted. Luxury suite for home games. He can put anybody there he'd like.
Yeah.
4 premium seats at home games, which would be most likely behind the plate. And security detail for him and his family, both home and on the road. All supplied by the New York Mets. That's crazy.
That's wild. That's like some Neymar shit.
And I think
Saudi Arabia.
in total, if he gets the incentives, if they get the opt-outs, he could make $800 million.
Oh, God.
And I think that would be if he won like a couple of MVPs, which
Yeah.
he's not won MVP yet. I'll put that out there. He still is going to play in the NL, so he's still got to compete with Shohei for at least a few of these years.
Yeah.
But to put this into perspective, I told this one to Jared to kind of make a little more sense to him. And I think I said it to you as well. The Braves are going to have to play Juan Soto 13 times until I'm 37. 13 times every year until I am 37 years old. There's a chance my second child has to watch Juan Soto hit a walk-off against the Braves.
Yeah.
That's fucking brutal.
And you don't want that for them.
No. Like, I could have a kid that's like, it's not like unrealistic. I'd rather not. It's not unrealistic. I have a 10-year-old when Juan Soto's contract is up.
Yeah. I also wanted to point out, you were talking about the whole suites that he's going to get. Did you hear about how the Yankees kind of compared to the whole suite thing with there are 2 Yankees players that pay for their own suite at Yankee Stadium. And the Yankees offered Juan Soto a suite, but he'd have to pay for it. And I think the Yankees were kind of offended by that a little bit. And I think a lot of Yankees fans were too.
Get over it, dog.
Including this guy. So
You gotta pay to win, bro. That's how it works. Now, not win games, but win free agency. And the Mets are trying to do that. And they paid. That's for sure. All right, let's talk about some more interesting deals, in my opinion.
Yeah, I want to know how much Garrett Crochet got paid because I have not.
Well, we don't know how
heard
much
about
he's getting paid. He's not going to get paid for probably another year or two. Because there's 2 years of very cheap control still, because he got traded. So the Red Sox get Garrett Crochet from the White Sox. Garrett Crochet still got 2 years of protection or of control for the Red Sox. So they don't necessarily have to pay him for 2 more years. They'll probably extend him at the end of not next year, or like at the end of next year, or during the second season of control. But the White Sox got a very even trade, I would say. Now, I don't love that Kyle Teal is a catcher. It kind of fucks things up because they literally, in the Lucas Giolito trade that they made to the Angels, not last season, but the season before, they got Edgar Cuero, who was the Angels' top prospect and a catcher.
Mm.
Well, then they just got the number 25 prospect in baseball, who's a catcher. Why the fuck would you get a catcher who is... You got two catchers who played AAA baseball last year. What? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Whatever. Kyle Teal is a fantastic player. He'll probably play DH if I had to guess for them. 2024 12th overall pick got traded. Number 54 prospect Braden Montgomery out of Texas A&M. Literally got drafted last year. Didn't get past single A baseball. Yes. Chapel Bill t-shirts are on sale. Fuck yes. I will not be wearing one because I cannot support another ACC team. But those are very cool. But yeah, Braden Montgomery, fantastic pickup. Outfielder, awesome. Was amazing at Texas A&M. And then you also got Chase Midroth, who's a middle infielder, and a right-handed pitcher, Wickelman Gonzalez. Probably Wickelman. Wickelman Gonzalez. But yeah. I think it's an even haul, in my opinion. Yes, Garrett Crochet is already MLB ready and whatnot, but, you know, I don't know what the career outlook looks like for Garrett Crochet as a starter.
Yeah.
This was his first year starting. We talked about it all throughout the season. He had never pitched this many innings. Yes, he didn't really deal with a lot of injuries, but it really seemed like the White Sox were like, you got to slow down.
Yeah.
You got to take it easy. And he did not want to, and I just don't know how that looks for his future.
Yeah. Is it Chris Sale 2.0?
If it is, in like 6 or 7
You'll
years.
be happy.
Yeah, in 6 or 7 years. Feel free to come to Atlanta.
You'll have someone to strike out Juan Soto.
Yeah. If it is Chris Sale 2.0, then that means the Red Sox are winning a World Series soon.
Yeah.
Which is not good for you or me, I guess, because that means the Braves wouldn't win it that year, but, you know, whatever. But this is good for you, though, is that the Yankees signed Max Fried. 8 years, 218.
Yeah. Got another lefty.
Yeah.
And maybe a more sure lefty than Carlos Rodon.
Yeah. So, I did see something I'd like to get your opinion on.
Okay.
I believe it's 2028, you will be paying a 38-year-old Garrett Cole, a 34-year-old Carlos Rodon, and a 35-year-old Max Fried will all still be under contract.
Dang.
That's an issue.
Yeah. It's a little bit stressful, but
Yeah.
you know, starting pitchers can take care of themselves a little bit better than
True.
other positions.
True. And I think you do look at, like, Max Fried is a guy that I don't think will be affected as much by age. He's already not, he doesn't really throw hard, so it's not like it's going to drop much.
Yeah.
He's already maxing out around 94, no pun intended.
And we can kind of take some advice from the other team in New York. You know, they had Scherzer and Verlander at the same time. They were both old, and that worked out really well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Old starting pitching really works. And then,
Yeah.
and then you throw into the mix a great player who is extremely injury prone. Yours is Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
But theirs was Jacob deGrom. So
Yeah. And
it all works out
we
well.
could keep going about old legendary starting pitchers. Like you had Clayton Kershaw. He pitched like every inning of the World Series.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Fantastic player.
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm really not all that excited about Max Fried, to be honest with you.
I think he'll be good for a couple of years, but he's 31 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's not much there to be like, yes.
But also, I would have been fine with doing nothing about that position in particular on our team. Like Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon, Luis Hill, AL Rookie of the Year,
Yeah.
Clark Schmidt, Nestor Cortez, Max Fried now, and Marcus Stroman.
Yeah. I think Nestor's got to go,
Yeah.
in my opinion. He ruined anything that he could possibly ever do for your team. He did. He ruined it in one pitch.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this. We'll talk about that in just a second. Yeah, I think the Max Fried deal is good for the first 4 years. Then he's going to be 35. And
Yeah.
it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Because
It's a lot of money, too.
38, 39-year-old Max Fried is maybe not going to be worth this money.
Yeah.
Like, it's
You
kinda
can't
crazy.
take away him being a lefty, though.
No, but I think you guys should have, or at least Fried, in my opinion, should have been, obviously, he's going for the most years, most money he can get.
Yeah.
That's his job as a player in free agency. But on the Yankee side, you guys should have been trying to get him to take, like, what Snell took,
Yeah.
which I believe was a 6-year deal.
Yeah. Which
4
is Blake
to 6 years make a lot more sense.
Is Blake Snell younger?
No,
Max
same
Fried?
age.
Oh, okay.
Both 31.
Gotcha.
But Snell has 2 Cy Youngs under his belt.
Yeah.
Fried's just got, I think, 4 or 3 finalists, maybe,
Yeah.
for Cy Young.
Can we, just on this point, I'm reading your notes. Can we go ahead and talk about Nathan Eovaldi on this point? He's going to be like 47 by the time his 3-year deal's over, right? How old is Nathan Eovaldi?
I want to say he's like 32.
Only 32?
34.
34.
So he'll be 37.
37.
It seems like that's the target age of every starting pitcher going out for a contract
38,
right now
37.
is like, got to get to 30. As long as I got a deal till I'm like 36, I'll be good.
Yeah.
But like in reality, a lot of these guys, like Juan Soto probably won't play his full 15 years.
Mm-mm.
15 years from now, Juan Soto's going to be like 42. Juan Soto is 26. 15 years from now, like,
Damn.
he's going to be 41 years old.
Yeah.
That's just, he's not going to be playing at an elite level. He's not going to be playing at what, potentially he'll be making $55 million a year at 40 years old.
You're getting into like the Nelson Cruz and
Yeah, but
Albert Pujols
also,
age.
you have to look at the fact that, like, if you go around the league right now and you look at the players that are making the big money, Bryce Harper got a 13-year, $333 million contract just a couple years ago.
He's older as well. Right?
Yeah, and he is older, but he's got multiple MVPs. Been to the playoffs a number of times. Yes, Soto has a World Series. But you're telling me that Juan Soto, and I know this is just how the inflation, and I want to talk about how Shohei and Juan Soto have reset the market entirely. But a couple of years ago, what Bryce Harper was going out to get with the Phillies, the way that we regarded Bryce Harper was extremely similar to the way that we regarded Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Right now. Like, people are acting like Juan Soto is literally, like, far and away going into this offseason. People were just like, yeah, Juan Soto 100%. Like, nobody else competes with him other than maybe Shohei as the best player in the MLB. When did that start?
Yeah.
I think he's amazing. I think he's probably a top 3 player in the MLB. But, like, when did we just decide that as soon as the World Series was over, Juan Soto is the best player that's ever graced a field?
Could you make the argument that, and I mean, this isn't like a Yankee bias or anything, but like, could you make the argument it was because he played in pinstripes? He played for a massive team with high expectations.
I think it's just that he's never had a bad year.
Yeah.
A down year for Juan Soto is better than most All-Stars.
It's being like third in walks.
Yeah.
Batting like 290.
Yeah, exactly. Nathan pulled up this tweet. Mike Trout, 26 years old after his first 7 versus Juan Soto at 26 years old after his first 7 seasons. So Trout got a 12-year, $426.5 for $35.5 million a year, which adjusted over time makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and that was just an extension. He wasn't a free agent. Soto got a 15-year, $765 million at 51 AAV. Trout's numbers are unbelievably better. The one thing, just only for the WAR section of this, that I will bring up is that Soto's just not a defensive player whatsoever, and Mike Trout earns his fucking keep in WAR through defense. Like, his defense gets him a lot. Now, the only thing that Soto was better than him at in all of the, your general slugging statistics was on base percentage.
By
1,000. 421 on base percentage for Soto. But to me, OPS is the way bigger number here, and Trout not blows him out of the water. And 953 is not bad. It's literally amazing. That's like that's the kind of OPS that like finishes 5th in the league every year.
Yeah.
953. Trout had 1,000 OPS for his first 7 seasons of baseball. He had 1,000 OPS. It's crazy. A 178 OPS plus is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he was hitting over 300. He was hitting 310, which I know batting average is not something to harp on, but like, come on. Frank Thomas, better numbers than Trout, except WAR, because Frank Thomas was a first baseman who played abysmal fucking defense and stolen bases.
How do you?
Yeah, these are all. It's stupid. First of all, you can't compare guys like this to other guys. Like you can't compare a Juan Soto to a Mike Trout because they don't do the same thing. But yes,
Interesting to look at, nonetheless.
yeah, they're outfielders, but Soto is a right fielder who should be a DH. He will be the DH of the Mets in 5 years. And then
Maybe 3.
Trout arguably needs to move to the fucking corner outfielder DH, but he never will. He will always play center. He'll die in center field in Anaheim.
Yeah.
But
You
yeah,
could say he'd be an angel in the outfield.
yes, you could say that. You could say he's been one for a long time.
He's been dead for a while. But going back to just how inflated the baseball market is, like I will never forget sitting in a Mexican restaurant with my whole family. It was like December time, right around this time of year.
Yep.
And me and my cousin Mitch and I were like, Manny Machado just did what?
Yes.
It's insane. And now you have guys that are making like 400 more.
Yeah,
400
Manny
million
got a
more
10-year 300.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that was, do you remember for the time how, like, that was groundbreaking?
Dude, like, okay, think about that. Okay, so obviously Soto's is the biggest contract ever. I think in sports, $765 million is the most ever.
Yeah.
And then Shohei got 700 over 10. Judge got 9 years, 360.
And his
That was
career's
2
already,
fucking years ago.
his career's almost already going to be over. He won't ever be able to make that kind of
No.
money, even though he
No.
might deserve it.
But in 2031, Aaron Judge is going to be, what, he's 28 already? 29?
Yeah.
Like, his career will be over when that contract is over.
Yeah.
He's not going to get to make more money than that. And Harper, this is the one that I don't get because Harper and Soto are very similar. Harper has a better glove, but still.
Yeah.
13 years, 330 in 2019.
You got fucked.
Yeah, because you look ahead. If Bryce Harper signs a 13-year deal this offseason, double that.
Yeah.
Double it. If he was, like, obviously same age and whatnot. But, like, you're doubling that 100. He would be making at least $600 million over 13 years.
Trying to think of, like, an example that correlates, but, like, would this mean, like, would this make, like, Bobby Witt Jr. like a $500 million a year player now? And would he also be making more than those guys?
It might be more than 500.
Yeah.
Obviously not a year. I think you accidentally said 500 million a
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
But,
Yeah, my bad.
no, like I could see Bobby Witt whenever he becomes a free agent getting like a. I don't actually. Did they already extend him? I think they might have. I feel like last season. Yeah, they did extend him. They gave him 11 years, 288.
You got fucked.
Yeah, because if he could have just waited until he was 27.
Yeah. he could win AL MVP and be getting paid like $400 million less than the highest
But that's
paid.
why it's so important to lock these guys down early.
Yeah.
Like that's what I love about the Braves.
Dang.
God, do we do that?
Y'all are
well.
fleecing some people, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, as long as they have enough money to send back home, that's all that matters.
God, if I was a Brave, I'd get my lawyer on the damn phone.
Well,
What the fuck are they doing?
yeah. It's crazy.
No, shout out to y'all.
Also, this is crazy. Corey Seager signed a 10-year, $325 deal in 2022.
How old is he?
Well, it's not even about that. It's that he's tied with Yoshinobu Yamamoto for this 5th biggest contract in MLB
Makes
history.
no sense.
He never played in the MLB before that contract. He was a fucking rookie, and he was fine. He was fine last year.
Yeah.
Arguably bad. That's
Yeah.
insane. More than Garrett Cole's contract.
Just wait until
Oh.
what's it? What is Sasaki? Roki?
Yeah, Roki Sasaki. He did
Yep.
get posted, so they've got about, I think, probably 39 days left now
Wait
to
for
sign
him.
Yeah, he'll probably get something outrageous. All right, let's roll through these.
Sorry,
last
that was a
couple
good
ones.
discussion
Yeah.
about.
Philly signed Jordan Romano to a 1-year deal. Fantastic pickup. Pissed that they got him, but fantastic pickup. Blue Jays acquire Andres Jimenez, second baseman from Cleveland. Not much that they sent back in return, so didn't really care to talk about it. But Jimenez, I think, a 2-time Gold Glover at second base.
That's not bad.
I think the Blue Jays are going to try and do something here this offseason. I think they're going to trade off one of the big guys or big names. Well, Vlad Guerrero is a big guy. But I think they're going to trade off one of the big names and try and maybe start rebuilding things here. The Rangers re-signed Eovaldi to a 3-year deal. We talked about that. Dodgers re-signed Blake Treinen to a 2-year deal, which I love for them. Dodgers signed Michael Conforto to a 1-year deal, which we'll see what that means. Maybe he goes out there, plays some left field, maybe some DH, but I don't know. Rangers acquired Jake Berger via trade with the Marlins, which I also don't love because he's a corner infielder, and they kind of already have that addressed. Like, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And then the Yankees signed Jonathan Loaiza to a 1-year deal.
Love that.
Yeah, I know you really wanted him to come back.
He's such a fun pitcher to watch.
Yeah, he is.
He's from Nicaragua, right?
I believe you're right.
I know he's from one of the more like obscure, I guess, countries for producing baseball talent.
Nicaragua. Managua, Nicaragua.
Managua.
All right. Yeah, that's all for the MLB. I don't think I've gotten any tweet notifications from Jeff Passan while we've been sitting here. Nope. All right. Then, I don't know. I think I just
there go
knocked
my car
Luke's
keys.
off the table. But we will
Appreciate it, Nathan.
we'll go ahead and move on to the Premier League, and we'll start off Nottingham Forest versus Villa. Big matchup. I know if you haven't watched any Premier League soccer this year, you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Big matchup.
Yeah.
But these are two of the top teams in the league right now.
Not so much Aston Villa anymore.
They're on the way up. They're 2 straight wins.
Really?
Yeah, Brentford and Southampton.
Brentford's not bad to beat.
No, not at all. A 3-1 win, I believe. Yeah, 3-1 win over Brentford a couple weeks ago.
I just think overall, though, Nottingham Forest is on way better pace than they are.
I think they're weird. I think both these teams are in really similar positions, in my opinion. I think both of them started off really hot, doing great work, and just kind of like reverted back a little bit. They still win some games here and there, and they can beat some top teams, but they'll lose to them as well. Like right now, these two teams are even on points. Nottingham Forest has a +1 goal differential. Aston Villa has an even goal differential, which is a huge problem. They should not be giving up that many goals.
Yeah.
They have had a ton of defensive injuries. I know that. But you got to be playing better defensively. Luckily, they're coming up against a Nottingham Forest team that by far is one of the worst goals for teams in the top half of the table.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Because look, Nottingham Forest 3-2 over Manchester United last week was an outstanding result for them.
Yeah.
Huge. But then you go back and you realize, oh, you know how Man City's been so bad? Their only win in their last 10 matches was over this Nottingham Forest team, and it was 3-0.
Crushed them.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll kind of just have to see how this one goes. I'm probably leaning the way of a draw.
Yeah, I think I'm oh, man. I don't know, because, like, for me, it just feels like Aston Villa has just been playing catch-up. I think their season is too big and too meaningful than what they expected. That's kind of the sense that I get from this Aston Villa group in 2024. So I'm actually going to go with Nottingham Forest. I'm going to go 1-0.
Okay, yeah. I think, to me, for Villa, what I will give them is that even when they're down, they just show up.
That is
true. The end of games is an unbelievable time to watch Aston Villa. Tune in for the second half of an Aston Villa match, especially in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Because they went and did it again this week.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that game, but they had a late winner again from a usual suspect. And, and yeah, it just continues to roll. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, though, in this match.
Okay.
Next one, Man City, Manchester United, the Manchester Derby. Man City, 1 win in their last 10, 3 draws in that time, and 23 goals allowed. Ooh, fuck.
Where do you even start with this game?
Let's start with Manchester United. They're a little more interesting to talk about, at least on the positive side. It seems like Amarim is getting there, but I don't know if it's quite set.
Yeah.
It's going to take time. We know that.
He hasn't had a transfer window yet.
Yeah.
As well.
But, after that, first game shows up, kind of, promising showing. It was 4-0 over Everton, but still. I guess he did draw with Ipswich in his first game.
Mm-hmm.
Beats the shit out of Everton. Then 2-0 versus Arsenal, 3-2 against Nottingham Forest. Now, yes, these are teams, both in the top 5 in the Premier League right now. But you'd hope after these changes and with the talent that Manchester United still has, that potentially they could win these games. And they stayed in it with Nottingham Forest, but still. Do we need to wait on a transfer window, or do we need to wait till next season? Do we need to wait for him? Because the winter transfer window, you're not going to make squad-changing moves, if I had to guess. Because, Rashford is probably going to be up for sale this summer. But he's not going to go in the winter, so you're not going to get that influx of cash to maybe go out and get something. I think...
We don't have to say something. We can just say Gyökeres.
Yeah. Look, they're going for Gyökeres. We know that. But I don't think any of that kind of thing is going to happen until the summer.
Yeah.
That's when the big moves happen, and I can't expect that whatever the fuck Manchester United has been putting together. Obviously they changed, so much with their ownership group and leadership and stuff over this the end of last summer, and now they've changed managers. I think it's just a lot has changed in Manchester United, and they're just facing kind of the growing pains now
for sure
of a new leadership group and a new manager and all of this coming together, and also having all of these fucking players that just need to go.
Yeah, and a lot of key players hurt as well.
Yeah.
Maybe that's kind of what we need to wait on, is for them to kind of get get his starting lineup to where he's not, making a lot of, changes here and there, especially at center mid. I think Manchester United probably need to figure out their center mid.
Yeah,
and
they need Manu fucking back.
They definitely need Kobe Manu back. But yeah, I think it'll probably take into next season. I doubt, because they brought in Mateus de Ligt in the summertime.
Yeah,
some other big names as well.
Xerxes, who could be getting transferred out or loaned out, is what I'm hearing. I heard some rumors of him getting loaned to Juventus to rejoin with Thiago Motta. For the rest of this season.
That'd be good.
So, yeah, we'll see. But on the Manchester on the Manchester City side, Phil Foden has got to do something. For the love of God, do something.
Yeah,
he's getting compared to the greatest player in Premier League history, Anthony. I'm literally, I saw a screenshot from Sky Sports, side by side comparison.
Oh, not Sky Sports.
Yeah, the most credible source, and to see that they have the same amount of goal contributions this season in the Premier League is jarring. Which is one. They have one, each of them.
Yeah.
This guy won fucking Player of the Year last year.
Yeah.
And he's playing this bad.
Well, remember, at the Euro, people were like, "Oh, he needs Pep." He needs to have Pep as a coach.
No, he needed Rodri. That's what he was missing.
He needed
he was missing
Rodri.
Rodri.
Yeah, that's the common denominator here.
Yeah.
Nathan, you doing all right over there?
He's working on things.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to check in on you. This is a good Manchester derby though, because both of these teams are in such an interesting spot.
Shambles at the empty head.
At the empty head. I don't know. Could you call Manchester United shambles? I don't
No,
think
like I said, they're
shambles.
just in a transition phase.
Yeah.
Manchester City has everything they need to be successful.
They are
They're
in
just
shambles.
not. Yeah.
They are in shambles.
Somebody's gonna have to put padding on Pep's fingernails.
Just rip them off.
Yeah. The fact that I'm sorry to cut you off. The fact that
good.
Micah Richards was in the post game interviewing Pep, if I was Pep, I would have just been screaming. Why the fuck am I gonna have to coach a loss against Juventus and then walk into this fucking interview with Micah Richards yelling, laughing at me?
Yeah. Hey, Grayson, I'm gonna go big. I think I'm gonna go a 3-3 draw, just a heater Manchester derby.
Sorry, I'm distracted. We just ran into the worst ad placement of all fucking time.
All of your information's being stolen right now, Grayson.
Shout out footballwebpages.co.uk for putting an ad over the teams.
Maybe try to
in
refresh
the list.
Refresh the page, Nathan.
Put it on a different screen.
Oh, here we go.
Hurry. Manchester City 6th in attendance.
Higher than Chelsea. Well, I guess Stamford Bridge
Bigger
is not the
stadium.
biggest, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, check out Newcastle, top 10, 7th place.
Yeah, St. James Park gets packed. They're trying to improve some moves to extend the stands.
Dang, how about Everton? 10th,
How?
despite being just
How could you
washed.
possibly
Was
ever want
West
to go,
Ham
dude?
2? Damn. They have a
They
big
must
stadium,
be handing out fucking tickets to that stadium. Jesus. Shout out Ipswich.
God.
How is there more people going to an Ipswich game than going to Fulham?
Fulham.
Craven Cottage is like a legendary
London
soccer
team.
venue.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. That's insane.
It's because they don't have Willian anymore.
Yeah, that's what was bringing in the big bucks. William. Yeah, Manchester City, Man United. I'm gonna go 2-1 Man United.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
I don't know why. I won't tell you who's gonna score. I typically like to make those weird predictions, but
Yeah.
something will happen here. Let's talk about Chelsea-Brentford because it is a fun game to look at. Chelsea, number 2 in the table. We've talked about it for a couple weeks now. They're flying right now.
Yeah.
Flying in the Conference League. And Brentford, they still score goals. 31 of them, to be exact. The second most in the entire league. But they're 9th because they cannot play on the road. Oh, my God. Like, it's actually unbelievable. The splits, like we talked about it in our Premier League update when the international break came around, but like they have been awful,
on the road,
and they're like the best team at home. It's like unbelievable. Let me see. It actually might be the inverse. Let me see. No, best team at home this season, worst team on the road. It's actually
I don't know how you
hard
manage
to
that.
fathom.
Yeah.
But they are on the road here, facing Chelsea. So if I had to guess, Chelsea's going to win this game.
Yeah. I mean, look at the last 2 matches, 4-3 and 5-1, both away.
Yeah.
Both are on the road for Chelsea.
Look at Brentford, okay? At home, playing Newcastle, 4-2 victory. On the road, playing Villa, 3-1 loss. At home, playing Leicester, 4-1 victory.
They drew to Everton.
On the road. A draw with Everton. They simply can't play anywhere else.
Oh, man.
And unfortunately for Brentford, this game's at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Brentford, Enzo Fernandez has done more than just figured it out.
Yeah, he left his family.
He left his family.
He left his family in pursuit of being better at soccer.
Yeah,
and it worked.
And you hear that, men? Just forget about women and just grind. That's what Enzo Fernandez says to do. So, Chelsea have been flying. Like you have no idea. Like as a Chelsea fan, and I'm gonna sound like a little bit of a prick here when I say this, but like the past 3, maybe 4 years has been brutal being a Chelsea fan. It just has been so unorganized. All these new players, all these new coaches. It finally feels like we have something to stick with for a while.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then again, we'll see kind of what happens in the summer because I'm sure a lot of these guys, like Christopher Nkunku, there's no way he's happy.
No
that
chance.
is
He's gone.
not a bench caliber player.
No, he is as good as gone.
He needs to probably leave, unfortunately. But yeah, Chelsea are just figuring things out. Cole Palmer's been probably one of the best players in the world, now drawing attention from Real Madrid that I've heard in recent days.
That's fucking unreal.
Yeah.
This guy was a Man City reject.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Literally. Like, who were the other players that Chelsea brought in that transfer window? And you and I just completely overlooked Cole Palmer because of this guy. Or because of a couple guys.
Was Nicholas Jackson? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that same summer.
So Enzo
was
January.
the winter before.
Yeah.
Yao Felix was the winter before.
Yeah. Who else did
Let me
Chelsea
see.
buy? Caicedo?
Was Caicedo at the end of that one? Let's see. I think this was the Chelsea 2023 summer
Transfer window.
Yeah. Chelsea 2023. Come on. Oh, Jesus. So many pop-ups. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This was the big one. This was. Oh shit. Right. Was Palmer not? Oh no,
Yeah,
he
he's
was.
there.
Okay. So Caicedo. This is in order of how much you guys paid for them, or actually, I don't know if it is, but still, Caicedo was the most expensive at $115 million.
Yeah.
Then Romeo Lavia,
Was it
Nkuku.
more expensive than Nkuku?
Yes.
Wow.
Cole Palmer, Axel DeSaucy, Nicholas Jackson, Uga Chukwu, Robert Sanchez was part of that. Petrovic, Levi Colwill ended his loan and came back. Yeah, a bunch of guys come back on loan, but
Yeah, I guess it was just those two, Caicedo and Nkuku, that
Yeah.
we had completely looked
and
over.
Lavia, we talked about a lot, and Nicholas Jackson talked
Yeah.
about a lot more than Cole Palmer. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
That's definitely true.
Crazy.
But going back to Chelsea Brentford, I don't see really how we slip up, especially with Grayson talking about Brentford's troubles on the road.
Yeah.
And Stamford Bridge is, it's small, but it's also tight. It's not an easy place to go and win. I'm going to take Chelsea 2-0.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Despite Johan Wissa being my striker of the
Yeah.
month of November
Yeah.
for Brentford. So
Go watch that video. I'm gonna go Chelsea 3-1.
okay, goal from Johan Wissa.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. That is all. Well, actually, let's go through the games we got this week. You've got Saturday. Arsenal, Everton, Liverpool, Fulham, Newcastle, Leicester, Wolves, Ipswich, and then Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa. Then on Sunday, you got Brighton, Crystal Palace, Man City, Manchester United, Chelsea, Brentford, Southampton, Spurs, and then on Monday, you got Bournemouth and West Ham.
Yeah. So pretty much the three games we talked about are the only ones you need to watch.
Yeah,
That's
just
what I
about.
just heard. So
Yeah, it kind of seems that way.
well, Liverpool, Fulham.
Man, Liverpool's like the best team in the world.
That is true.
So
And Fulham's
kind of hard to
not.
say you should watch them play anybody right now.
Yeah. Well, if it's at Craven Cottage, there will be more Liverpool fans there probably.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's at Liverpool.
Oh,
It's at
okay.
Anfield. So
Good
it's-
luck.
Good luck with that. All right, it's time to talk about Champions League Matchday 6. 0-0 draw. Dinamo Zagreb and Celtic.
It's a good game.
You know what? I'm gonna give Girona some credit here. We're gonna actually talk about this game. Liverpool 1, Girona 0. Girona kept it close. It came down to a Mo Salah penalty in the 63rd minute.
And
That's the only goal they scored.
They couldn't even score an open play.
No.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. These teams, are they the best in Europe anymore?
That's actually insane that they lost, though.
Yeah.
Like, for the table, I feel like that's just insane.
Yeah.
Leipzig and Aston Villa gave us a heater, too. 3-2.
Yeah.
And Johan Duran.
Yes, Johan Duran with another super sub last-minute goal
So, when do we forget about Ollie Watkins?
soon. Actually, sorry, Johan Duran didn't score the last minute goal. He got subbed on at the half, scored in the 52nd. Ross Barkley, 85th minute goal.
Yes.
Yeah, even Nathan got caught off guard with Ross Barkley.
Oh, man.
85th minute goal. For
Greatest
the win.
Premier League player of all time? Easily.
Probably. Yeah.
Imagine
James
Ross
Milner.
Barkley playing with Messi.
Being coached by Javier Mascherano.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, this was an interesting week because Leverkusen 1-0 over Inter, which is a huge outcome.
Who scored? I feel like a Frimpong goal.
I
Boosted
don't
Leverkusen. If it's Frimpong.
know.
Oh, what? 90th minute.
Yeah, 90. It literally came down to the end. Xabi Alonso fucking running around the sideline like a mad after that goal. We talked about this with Inter. The defense can be as good as you want, but if you can't score goals, it does not matter.
Yeah.
Now, I will say we absolutely jinxed the fuck out of them last week because we said, what if they just don't give up another goal and win the Champions League?
Yeah. Forgot that we said that.
And then they gave up their first goal of the season and they lost.
Yeah. And then going to the next game, 3-2, Real Madrid beats Atalanta. That's a big win for Real Madrid.
And it was a thriller.
Yeah.
It was a thriller. It came down to an Mbappe goal, which Mbappe, beautiful goal. Shout out to Mbappe for actually fucking doing something finally. Something he's decided to just forget. how to do.
Mbappe's having the kind of season where he needs to be living like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That's kind of how Mbappe
Oh,
makes
so
me feel.
Mbappe actually scored the first goal of the game in the 10th minute. But it was a great goal.
And then Vinny and Bellingham.
Yeah, Vinny and Bellingham scored the other two goals.
All your talent right there.
Yeah, because Atalanta drew this game even in the 45th +2 on a penalty. And then Vinny and Bellingham scored, and then Lookman in the 65th made it 3-2, and then Real Madrid held on. But yeah, I would say it's a much needed win for Real Madrid.
Definitely,
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Club Brugge beats Sporting 2-1. Sporting just continues to suck without Amorim.
Yeah.
Shakhtar 1, Bayern Munich 5. We'll just say who scored the goals. I don't really want to talk much about it. You had Lemire.
Kevin.
Yes. Kevin.
For Shakhtar.
You had Muller in the 45th. Shout out. Olise with a brace in the second half, a penalty in the 70th, and a goal in the 90th +3. That's fucking disrespectful. You were up 4-0. Or sorry, 4-1. 90th +3, you score a goal.
Yeah.
That's just mean. And Musiala in the 87th.
Does Bayern not know what Russia's doing to Ukraine already?
Yeah, no, that was a travesty.
Fucking pigs.
Unbelievable. Salzburg 0, PSG 3. Duh. And shout out to Brest. Another win for Brest. 1-0 over PSV. They keep doing it.
They had to get 2 of them in there, right?
I would have loved 2 from Brest. All right. Wednesday's matches. Atleti 3, Bratislava 1. No, it's just what the Champions League calls them. It's Atletico Madrid, Atleti, same shit. Lille 3, Sturm Graz 2, a close one in France.
Yeah, Sturm Graz kept it close there.
Yeah, Sturm Graz, not that bad. I watched them play last week, or 2 weeks ago.
Pretty solid?
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
Okay.
Big time Eastern European soccer.
Yes.
If you can guess what that means. This
More
one
about
was
the fans than the actual play on the pitch.
This one was a thriller. Dortmund 2, Barcelona 3. Fantastic game. You had Guirassy scored a penalty in the 60th, which drew it even 1-1. All the goals came after the 53rd minute. Rafinha scores the opener in the 53rd. Guirassy scores a penalty in the 60th. Then Ferran Torres scores his first goal in the 75th. 3 minutes later, Guirassy evens it up again at 2-2. 10 minutes after scoring his first goal, Ferran Torres finishes the brace in the 85th minute with a great goal on a counterattack. Perfectly timed by them, and Torres just gets the finish. But huge win for Barcelona in a matchup of teams both in the top 8.
Was that at the Camp Nou?
No.
I was in Dortmund.
Yeah.
Wow, in front of the yellow wall. Brutal.
Yeah, it's a huge result for Barcelona near the top of the table, and it didn't disappoint. We went into this game thinking there was going to be goals, and they certainly came. All right, Juventus 2, Man City 0. So it continues, as we mentioned. A Vlahovic header that kind of just fell into the goal. It was kind of weird. It just like snuck in. Past Ederson gets them their first goal, and then a Timothy Weah to Weston McKennie, and a beautiful finish by Weston McKennie as well in that goal.
Yeah.
To get a 2-0 win, an American-made second goal. Yeah. And McKennie's been busting his ass just to get into the squad, so I'm glad to see him get on the score sheet.
Yeah, and Juve, despite what Juve kind of slipping, and obviously Manchester City slipping, it's still a big win for Juve. 2-0 over City is nice.
Oh yeah,
that looks really good.
And you had a 0-0 draw between Benfica and Bologna, which is a pretty bad outcome for Benfica, in my opinion. And then Arsenal 3, Monaco 0. You had Saka just continuing his amazing run of form. Luke was talking about it on his Premier League game, but Saka with a brace in this game, 34th and 78th minute, and then good old boy Kai Havertz, 88th minute, getting on the score sheet. Yeah, Monaco looked fucking abysmal in this game. They pretty much handed Saka his first goal of the game. It was bad, like passing it around the back with just like no effort whatsoever and just gets deflected, and then Saka scores.
Not the team you want to do that against.
No, not at
So-
all. Milan 2, Red Star 1.
Ooh, a little bit interesting there.
Little close. Feyenoord 2, Praha 2, or Sparta Praha 2, or sorry, Feyenoord 4, Sparta Praha 2. And then Stuttgart 5-1 over Young Boys. Absolutely thrashed them. Nathan, please pull up this goal. One of the most beautifully played, perfect set-piece goals you'll see by Stuttgart here. Already up 2-1, 60th minute. They got a free kick.
He's going to pass
on
it across the 18.
on the edge of the
Yeah.
box. Slaughtered.
Mm.
Absolutely slaughtered by a guy I can only assume is Eastern European with that blonde ass hair. Let's see who it was. It was
Number 27.
in the 60th minute. Fjorek.
That was
believe
really
is German.
close. When I read the back of his jersey, I was like, does that say what I think it says?
Yeah.
That's wow.
Looks pretty German to me.
Oh.
Take that how you will. Very blonde.
Well, when you play for Stuttgart, that was
Yeah,
really
that's fair.
Yeah, I don't. Can we clip that?
No.
Cut that out, please.
No, we're not going to clip it, and we're definitely not
Shoot,
cutting it out, though. All right, that's Champions League. We'll be back in 6 weeks with more of that. That was all
Yeah.
the matches. It's weird that they just have a 6-week break when there's only 2 matches to play.
Yeah, you could have form. Like teams on form be completely different
Oh yeah,
come into
oh
January.
yeah.
So
Manchester City has the chance. I think they're going to play like 5 games, 6 games before this next match.
yeah,
They could win all 6 of them. They're probably not gonna, but they could.
yeah,
We could be talking about these teams in very different manners when it comes back.
definitely.
It'll give us a little more chance to focus on the NFL playoffs, which is much more important
Of course.
over this next month. So, that being said, when the Champions League finishes, what typically comes after that?
Are you asking me?
Well, it's just a simple question. It's questions time, and we've got Nathan here in person, so we're doing something special.
I was
know really
waiting for
what
him to
we're
introduce
doing.
himself.
I'm not really sure what we're doing, so Nathan, please explain.
Games.
We're going to be doing a bunch of games because Luke doesn't really get to do games because it's very hard for me to set that up through Reddit posts.
For sure.
So we're going to start with a huddle.
Okay.
Similar to Wordle or
Weddle, which
Weddle.
is also an NFL one.
Yeah, this was the first one that popped up.
I actually like the categories here.
Yeah, that's what I liked as well. It had
Yeah.
a bunch of interesting things. So
I'd like to start off with Kirk Cousins, just because I saw Pro Bowls, because he has an unbelievable number of Pro Bowls.
Kirk Cousins does.
Yes.
all right,
why
it's a
does he
QB
have 4
drafted
Pro
in the
Bowls?
same year?
Oh, that's fucking crazy.
So a quarterback
Wait.
drafted the same year as
Okay.
Kirk Cousins.
It was not RG3. They got drafted by the same team in the same year. I'll say that was not RG3. Is it the same amount of rings or similar?
No, that means it's higher. so
Higher.
they should have a ring at least.
Okay, that's
2012 quarterback.
Ooh, trying
So
to think.
Green is correct, and then yellow means it's like
Yeah,
team division position.
I'm going off white text, black text.
Fair enough.
All right, not in the NFC South at the moment either.
Yeah, how did
Could it
they-
be like it could be like a backup, right? I'm trying to think of guys with a ring though at quarterback. It's not a lot of them.
I just
I think that means they're not NFC at all, by the way.
Okay.
son of a bitch, dude.
Okay, I got to think of AFC quarterbacks with a ring. So Rodgers was drafted well before 2012.
dude.
Fuck. I want to get this because I think we could get it on this one. I feel like.
You could.
Is it
Oh.
Russ?
And they have more Pro Bowls.
We can guess Russ.
I don't know.
But
when
I
Russ
have
was
like a.
drafted. You have-
Are they still playing? Do they have to be still
Yeah.
playing?
Yeah.
Fuck. I was gonna say someone else.
Who?
I was gonna say Byron Leftwich.
No.
He has a ring.
It's Russ.
Wow.
Russie. Let's go.
Dude, I could not think of a quarterback drafted in 2012.
yeah.
Kirk Cousins was a money first.
Yeah, that was. That was a really good first.
That was huge.
All right, let me pull up these things.
How
for
did I
us.
just do that?
I have
What a
no idea.
play.
All right, so now we have some next gen stats charts. I know we talked about this
Oh,
before, but I'm
yeah.
explaining it to
Yeah.
the listeners, which at this point in the podcast is probably just me and Colin, maybe.
Maybe.
So we have a chart. This is going to be a receiver. You guys got to tell me what
This
receiver
is
this is.
a
This is all.
game.
This is all this week, by the way, or this last week.
Okay. So a 2 touchdown game.
So he had one on the side and one up the middle.
And he had a. Okay. So we're talking. after the
Green is
catch.
after the catch. Yep, it explains it at the bottom. For you guys, if you don't understand it as well,
So
the line
each
of
line
scrimmage
needs to hit-
stays the same no matter
Yeah.
what. It's just showing you how far down the field each pass was.
Okay.
So if you look at the sideline, you'll see how many
I
yards.
have to
forward it
ask,
was. What's
I
up?
can't tell the difference between incomplete or complete routes.
Okay, so the
color-wise.
only incomplete one is this one.
Okay.
Everything else is completed. It's got a white route.
So he's got 4. He only had 4 receptions.
2 tutties.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't do it last week though. I was gonna say Keenan Allen. He's been a lot of low reception,
Wait.
multi-touchdown games.
I feel like I. Is this DeAndre Hopkins? No,
He's
he didn't
not.
have 2. He had 1.
You got to try to picture back to watching the game and see if you remember these routes perfectly.
No.
You don't remember this guy running what looks like a slot route
And
up the
for an
middle and
incomplete pass?
being an incomplete pass?
No.
Well, that
Can we
means it was
get,
not on
like-
target, though.
Can we
to
get some
him.
kind of hint? There's just nothing that I can think of to go off.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
4 receptions has got to be the telling part.
Let me see if I can find his fantasy score or something stupid.
Yeah.
Hold
I'm
on.
trying to think. Guys, we get 4 receptions, 2 touchdowns. It's not Trey McBride.
What I'm getting
Good
hung
answer.
up with is the touchdown and then the route above it. Both of those out routes are really interesting.
Yeah, and he's always lining up in the slot as well.
This guy
So this guy's
is
probably not wide receiver one.
rostered in our league
Okay.
by Ronnie.
Oh God, I haven't played Ronnie in weeks. Who he has? I feel like
Is it Devonta Smith? No.
no.
That's not a
they
2
didn't throw
touchdown
for
guy
2
anyway.
touchdowns. Damn.
Is it a slot receiver, Nathan?
It's got to be.
Yeah.
You can tell by where he's
Yeah.
lined up. Most
Well,
of the time.
Lad McConkey.
It's not
He
Lad.
definitely had more receptions.
Also, I don't think he's on
I don't-
Ronnie's team.
I don't think he played. He's
I
on
don't.
Collins' team. I feel like this is like
It was a 20.2 point performance.
okay. So like
Hmm.
a pretty good game, but he didn't have like a lot. It seems like. Oh fuck! This is tough.
What team?
Can't go that fast.
What team?
Conference.
Slow your roll.
What league? Or conference? AFC or NFC?
Give us division.
Pretty sure that's no, they're NFC for sure.
NFC.
They were not playing a interdivisional opponent though. I can give you that much.
So they were playing another NFC team.
No, they weren't playing an NFC blank team
Oh, okay.
that's in
Gotcha,
their same
gotcha,
division.
gotcha. Oh fuck, dude! I don't know. This is tough.
Jalen Reed.
His average points on the year is 9.9.
What the? Who the fuck is this bum?
Christian Watson.
They were playing a division opponent, right? Didn't they play the Lions last week?
This guy
Yeah.
scored 2/3 of his touchdowns in this game.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
2/3 meaning he has
Uh,
3 total touchdowns on the year, by the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Has he been in the league
Justin
a while?
Jefferson.
No, and Justin Jefferson had 130 yards.
I knew
this week.
Jordan Addison had a good game. I couldn't
They both
remember about
did.
Jefferson.
No, he is not.
I just know he hasn't
That
caught many
long.
touchdowns.
What do you consider that long?
Like more than 5 years in the NFL.
No, he's not.
Okay, so he's a young NFC wide receiver. Was it JSN?
It is not.
CeeDee Lamb.
Definitely not.
Just I'm throwing names.
Dude.
I can tell.
Fucking slot receivers? Fuck this.
Is this like a notable guy? Or is this like
You both know his name.
Of course we do. We fucking talk about every
Yeah.
name in the NFL every week. But
We talked about this guy because he had 2 touchdowns this week.
fucking course.
Jalen Tolbert?
We didn't
No.
talk about Jalen Tolbert in this fucking
I know that's your guy, but
Adam Thielen. We didn't talk about Adam Thielen.
yeah, we did.
No, we didn't. We talked about the Panthers' weapons. We didn't talk about Thielen specifically.
I didn't say we talked about him today.
Oh, what?
We did not talk about this guy today.
Oh, we talked about him on Monday's episode?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because he had 2
I give up.
touchdowns.
Give me one more.
He's a rookie.
Oh, okay.
Why is that not helping?
NFC rookie receiver with 2 touchdowns. this week.
Roma Dunze.
Yes.
Thank God. Holy fuck.
Damn.
This is Roma Dunze's
Oh,
rap chart. Let me get the next
that
one up.
sucks.
That's
sucks
hard, dude.
So much.
That's so hard.
I'm glad that was not easy. That made that more fun for me.
When you kept saying Christian Watson, like other Packers players, and then I said, wait, no, they did play in their division. I just totally forgot about the NFC North. Dude, that's
All right.
running. Fuck off.
Can I?
How many carries is
yeah.
that?
Can I at least get how many carries that is?
Let me see
That would
if
be
I can
really
get the
helpful.
full image again.
Oh my God, it's Josh Jacobs.
No touchdowns.
It is not.
Oh.
We had no touchdowns. I also can't tell the difference between 0 to 5 and 5+. So that's fucked.
What do you mean?
Like the colors.
It's just green and yellow, Grayson.
Well, it'd be this line.
Oh,
right
okay.
Here.
Okay, I
Would
wasn't sure.
be
if that's-
more than 5 yards.
Got it.
So the green ones all go past that line.
So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
20 carries.
12. 20 carries, 12 over 5 yards. It's crazy. That means he had a really good day.
Yeah.
Was he over 100 rushing yards?
Yes.
Okay. He's to the side quite a bit.
Is it
I believe in
Kareem
you
Hunt?
guys. It is not.
He said he was over 100. Okay. Was
Could
this
be
Garendo? No, he had-
Najee.
He had a touchdown.
No, Najee would be more up the middle.
Najee would be all between the hashes.
Yeah.
They never let him go to the outside, even though he's
They would
very well
if he
capable
did
of
this
it.
shit, he would never.
Yeah,
play
that one is
another
the one that's
snap.
really got me.
Arthur Smith would have him in the locker room after that.
Because it looks like that run, he's lined up on the right and then goes up and out.
Like a counter,
Yeah,
kind of. Yeah.
that's what it looks like.
Conference.
AFC. I'm pretty sure. Let me
Derrick
double check.
Henry?
That might be wrong. No, I think he's NFC.
Derrick Henry would run a lot more up the middle. Too.
Is okay. Is this a good running back, or would this be considered like an outlier game for this guy?
He's a good running back.
Okay.
Chase Brown.
No.
I felt really good about that one too.
Yeah, I didn't mind that. Oh fuck! Oh, who was it that I took his line?
They're also NFC. Sorry,
Oh, shit.
Not Chase Brown.
different division though. I'll give
Okay.
you that much.
Well, that
Different
helps.
division. What do you mean?
Different
So they're
division
not
than the
in-
last one.
They're not in the NFC.
they're not
North.
in the
Okay,
NFC
okay,
North.
okay. That rules out 4 teams.
Brian Robinson.
No.
It's not Saquon.
Oh my
It is
god!
Saquon.
Oh shit! It's funny.
So when Luke said, "Is this an outlier?" The reason I waited so long is because it was kind of an outlier. He didn't score, and he had
Worst game he's had this
124 yards,
season.
and that's it.
124 off those runs doesn't seem right.
I was about to say Zach Charbonnet too.
Oh.
I was about to
I
say Zach
almost used
Charbonnet.
his one from when he had 250 yards or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's literally just like a line all the way up the screen
Yeah.
twice. And I was like, well, that's
Makes
kind of
sense.
obvious. All right, let me pull up the last one.
All right.
I like the first game that we played.
Yeah, the first one was fun.
We can do another one. All right. Oh, that's
That's
the
the
wrong
same
one. My bad.
one. I was about to say, Roman
Roman
Tuesday.
Which one have I not clicked
Just
on?
click the side arrow. Just click the arrow to the side.
Wait, what? Did I not? Hold on.
Come on, man.
There we go.
Be a fucking pro.
We got a QB.
No, wow, that
Deep
Cooper
touchdown.
Rush.
No.
Damn. Well, look
He
how
only-
many. Look at the line of
Bro,
scrimmage,
he only
dude.
threw 5 incompletions.
And he threw what, like 6 or 7 passes behind the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, but that's just those are screens.
With a long touchdown.
This one's like
Rush.
7 yards behind. No.
Okay.
It was a, 31-yard touchdown is what that is?
Yeah.
No, it's 26.
Actually, yeah, it's 26, sorry. 31. Yep, here.
Here's a good hint. Tell us who caught the touchdown.
Let me see if that would actually, if I can.
No,
Um.
there's no fucking way you can tell us who caught the touchdown.
Well, they don't throw deep. Herbo.
No.
No, he threw for more than that, I think.
Bo Nix.
No.
5 incompletions is getting me.
Yeah, I cannot tell you who caught the touchdown. It's
Sam
way too
Darnold.
obvious. No.
Aaron Rodgers.
Sam Darnold had 5 touchdowns
Yeah.
his last
I
week.
Yeah.
And it is not Aaron Rodgers. This guy also did not get sacked this week.
Oh, this is something that we talk about
Mhm.
a lot.
could that
I don't know why, but
be
this is something we do talk about a lot
Yeah.
on
Kyler?
Sunday. No.
2 guys that didn't get sacked are Josh Allen and Matthew Stafford, but neither of them at this game. Stafford, I know,
A
has
lot
a
bigger.
Stafford had a passing touchdown behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
a lot bigger.
Josh Allen had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Fuck. Who else didn't?
He
get
rushed
sacked?
for
Is it
0
Bryce Young?
yards. No. This guy rushed for 0 yards in this game.
Did he attempt a rush?
1
Oh,
for 0 yards.
How many completions is that? Luke, start talking about something.
It's 24.
Okay.
I
24.
was not going to let you sit there and count each little dot on the screen.
24 for 29.
He was 24 for 30 according to the stats.
Well, then why do I only see 5 incomplete passes?
Are you counting the touchdown?
It would be a complete.
Are you counting
pass.
this one hidden right here?
I can't see one there.
I don't see one there either.
Yeah, I
Wait,
thought
you don't
that
see one
was-
right where my mouse is?
No, I see a completion.
You're fucking with us
Not
right
an
now.
incompletion.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a completion right there.
Yeah, I was just doing
Oh.
24 plus the 5 white dots, which would be 29. Yo,
I don't know, man.
NFL,
Maybe
that
they, maybe
shit's
they
bad.
forgot.
What the fuck?
Maybe they forgot one.
I don't know.
Baker Mayfield.
Jordan
No.
Love.
No.
They're not. Well, never mind. That was the last one. All right.
You got to give us some hints.
Yeah. Let's do a hint.
What's the first name of the player that caught it?
Yeah, we got 29. I can't tell you that.
Tua.
Nope.
I know.
Okay, it's a big receiver. Must be.
Well, I think it's just a name we would know.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be a big receiver.
Geno
Coincidentally,
Smith.
Yes, it is Geno Smith. Wow.
Fuck Geno
Gonna give
Smith.
you a hint, but all right.
Fuck, Geno.
I knew Grayson was a big Geno Smith.
Who was the
hater.
touchdown to?
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Oh, okay.
You should know that. He's on your fantasy.
Pretty big receiver.
Yeah, you didn't know
you
he
think
had a.
I care about those guys on my
No,
fantasy
I know
team?
you don't. But
Luke got
you
dead
really
last.
wanted me. You
I
really
treat
wanted
them
me
like
to
John
beat
Gruden.
Stanley. You thought that if I beat Stanley, you'd still not come
That's because
last.
that motherfucker told me that was the case.
Well, you still
He
needed to
didn't
win.
learn this until like Saturday. That
Yeah.
he was gonna be last.
If you would have just not benched like all of your good players against Colin, you would have
Maybe if you had gotten rid of McCaffrey earlier,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that would have done it.
Happens.
Well, I could have gotten more value for sure.
How long have we
Yeah.
been going?
Way too long.
Okay, yeah, we're not doing another game. All right, we're gonna wrap up right here. All the boys in
A
person.
marathon.
Yeah, a marathon for sure.
That was a really fun episode. I really enjoyed that. By the way, this candle is fire.
Thank you.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Shout out to Walmart. It was on rollback.
How much you get it for on rollback?
Like $9.
That's still expensive.
No.
Dude, you can get candles at Kroger for like $5.
Yeah, but I get good candles.
Oh.
I don't There's a few things I don't skimp on. Candles and ingredients.
Oh.
I don't skimp on ingredients. I don't buy the store brand. If it's
Yeah.
not going to be the same quality, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
Enough of that. All right. Thank you to Nathan and Luke for being here in person. Luke will be here for the next probably like month. I think 3 more episodes here in person.
Fuck yeah.
After this, so a lot to look forward to.
Ready for that.
Make sure if you haven't, go back and watch the Premier League Team of the Month video from from this past week on Wednesday. I will be right back here with Nathan as well on Monday with Colin to recap all the NFL games we just talked about as well. Me and Colin will be unveiling some bowl game predictions and such. And then, of course, we'll keep giving you updates on the MLB offseason. Still a lot of big free agents. Corbin Burns still doesn't have a home.
And the Yankees just got freed, so
yeah.
Don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But a lot more to come, and I'll be back next week. No college football show next week. It'll be college football show. I already decided. I don't know if I've said this in a video yet. December 26th will be the final college football show of the year, college football playoff special. Right after, it'll be recapping some of the first round games, previewing the rest of the playoff, and then everything else you can catch on the Monday episodes of the podcast. Luke, anything to leave the people with?
How about those
of their
Hawks?
week?
How
about those Hawks? One of the worst teams in the NBA, but into the semifinal, facing Nathan's Milwaukee Bucks. And Trae Young is gonna roll dice on Giannis's head.
Balls.
I don't care. You can do it. Trae Young never completed a dunk in the NBA.
Yeah.
Which is funny as fuck. I still hate Trae Young. I don't care how good he plays. All right. We're going to wrap up right there, guys. Make sure you're subscribing, liking, commenting, turning on post notifications. We've been here a while. We're crawling to the finish line right now. And
oh, man.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys later. I'll catch you guys on Monday. Luke will be here next week. See you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.